all y'all feet stinky wet.
Not
Anda
everyone.
and I did not.
Uh,
I'm flying and Anda's levitating and I'm dragging her around. So we are clean.
Okay, yeah. At the moment, y'all are clean. Yes.
Yes.
Unless
I
somebody
just want
pulls
to
y'all
make that
down.
clear. Just want to make that clear for Marie when Chris tells her that I did not let Anda go in the yucky water.
Marie knows you wouldn't do that.
well, that would be on her. She would just be floating in one spot, though. If you let go of her and just kept
I don't know what the problem is. The water's just fine. Come on down.
I imagine Girks is like backstroking it with like spitting the fountain out of his mouth and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
that's what we said at the end of last week. We're like,
Oh.
it's too bad Matt wasn't here for this because Girk would be like flying up and down.
He crawls up onto a log and fucking
As he's spitting, shitty water, like
yeah, as a fountain. Yeah.
every now and then some chunks, and he's like,
Oh,
tastes
I'm
like
gagging
breakfast.
now. You eat little pieces of shit for breakfast?
No.
We hit record on my end and we'll get started.
Oh, great. You can count.
You count on me.
You can count on me. On me waiting for you out of the parking lot.
I like how if
Hope you got a gun umbrella because you ain't getting off that beach.
I like how if you go to Top Golf, it'll say, "Look, we've all seen that movie. Don't do it here."
Oh.
The one with the clown?
Yeah, we're Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore.
Stupid clown.
You laughing at me? Is it funny?
Who's playing Anda tonight?
I've got on the sheet up, so I will play her.
Okay. All right. I got my map. So yeah. Let's see. Let me just zoom out a little bit. So y'all up in there, and y'all were going. You have to go down unless you're going up and out. Everything else that you need to do is where let me do it for Matt because he wasn't here.
When you say down, you mean like south oriented on the
map? Like all of this area here needs to be cleared.
Expeditiously.
So at a game, is it something that like we had to see the whole map, or if we find the stairs or whatever and go to it, does that count too, or?
Well,
define clearing the
so let's say for whatever let's say to get to the second level is here, but we clear like some of this and then we find it and there's like areas out here.
Yeah, so in the circle that I just lasered, there is stairs that go down. If you find those stairs, then and y'all don't want to finish clearing, I'm okay with that. Because y'all
I'll
did
stick my sword in anything on the way. I'm just saying. Let's get
yeah, y'all a little more
just
than
like my dad.
Y'all
clarify that a little bit, but
y'all a little more than halfway.
Yeah. I mean, we're not going to get to the second level and be like, you haven't cleared the first one. You don't level up.
No.
It's like, I feel like I've worked hard enough to gain experience here, but
yeah, no, I hear you. I tell you what, you either clear it and level or if you find the stairs that go down first, you can level up.
Gotcha.
Or it's either going to be either or, unless you go to right here to that mirror and go straight to 10.
Oh, I forgot that's where it was at, but yeah, that is where it's at. All right.
But if you go straight to level 10, you're still stuck at your level.
All right, so all right,
okay,
let's get out of this shit water here.
Yeah, sorry, fast. I have a question. So explain to me how Find Familiar works, because I do have Find Familiar. So is that like, since we don't have a familiar anymore, would you like me to cast that? Like, is that how people cast it? Like, if you have a familiar, you just cast it every morning? Is that how that works?
It takes an hour to cast it. It takes an hour to cast it. Right. It takes an hour to cast it. It comes into existence and then it stays there until it dies.
Yeah, and then if you want to change it, it's another hour. you have to recast
Right,
a spell.
recast it.
But what you
You're
can
supposed
do,
to also have, what is it, 10 GP worth of charcoal or something?
yeah,
too?
there's some monetary value to it. But you're supposed to burn it in a brazier and stuff like that, and that's how you're supposed to make it. But once it's made, it stays until it's get killed, or you dismiss it, or you make another one. So theoretically, you could have made it and put it in its pocket dimension, and as an action, you can call it into play at any time.
Okay. So that's how you do it with like Corvo and stuff. Is it's okay.
Right.
When did you have that available to you?
I've always had it. She was already doing it, so I just never.
Well, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Too
Go
many
ahead.
playable characters.
Yeah. Go ahead
What a,
and do it.
what a slap in the face of the designers. They gave you one of the best spells in the game and you didn't even use it. Oh,
The
Hey,
party,
the
party almost
we
died
had it
several
well
times.
covered.
Okay.
We had it well covered. I'm
oh.
mostly.
Why play wizard
I've
if
got
you're
a
not going to have
little
a
wizard.
fucking familiar? Man? What's going on? Man?
Because I
Matter
think
of fact, I meant to ask you about that before. Now that you say that, yeah.
because I think you had it when we're at the beach with the old people and the grills, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or like the session after. Whenever you got level 1 in wizard is when you got it.
Yeah.
Yep. And I had it for like that, like a couple of sessions, and then I don't know. I just never pulled it
What
back
do
out
you-
again. But I do technically have it.
What do you want?
Yeah.
I want to.
That came out. Okay,
I want, I want a hot dog. No, I want a hamburger. I want a milkshake. I want
me a Philly cheesesteak. I haven't had one of those in a long
you get
time.
nothing and like it. No,
With
seriously.
legs.
What would you like?
Not with whiz though, with American cheese. Let's be clear.
Yeah. So can I because I can change its shape on and off right as I redo it.
You have to
Um,
recast the spell, but
After it dies, I think you can pick something else, right?
You could do
well,
it
you can do
at
that
any time.
too. But
Yeah.
What does 10 gold points worth of charcoal look like, by the way?
like this,
Truckload?
10
boulder.
gold pieces worth of charcoal.
a boulder of charcoal.
Burn down a log cabin. And
Wow. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
What would Beatrix like?
Yeah. I know it's kind of bright, but I can reskin it however we like for a raven, hawk or whatever. But I would like a bird of paradise
Ooh.
that is like
The
that's got some-
flower?
Like toucan sound.
Well, yeah, like a little bit like a toucan, like we're like any of those like birds of paradise that have like really colorful, but I want all the colors to be like shades of pink and silver through it.
Too.
And they can be like a fae, so it's like a little fae bird of
A
paradise.
fey flamingo.
That's smaller.
And it's charcoal,
Yeah.
incense, and herbs.
Oh, okay. Well, what's the
Herbs that
ratio?
Well, it depends on what you're making, apparently.
Well, find a picture of what Lexi would like.
Yeah, what's
Fey
the-
bird of
It's one of those weird things.
Um,
It's a phase, celestial, or something else.
Fiend, I think.
Yeah, but it resembles a beast, but isn't a beast.
Well,
because I just said flower because that was a flower in Arizona when I was living there.
I had one saved in here, but let me see if I'll be able to find it. But we can keep going. I can do it after our.
Oh
next
no, this is
round or
happening
something, too.
now. This is happening now.
I feel bad because I was not prepared.
Where'd my pointer go? Okay. All right. So y'all lost the y'all technique of opening with mage hand. Unless Beatrix is gonna be doing that from now on. Or knocking, or I'll let y'all do whatever y'all want to do, opening new doors.
I mean, wasn't Fallon knocking with his boot?
that's right.
Yeah.
I got the boot knockers.
Maybe one day he's gonna kick open a door and there's gonna be a giant magnet, and he's just gonna. Wah!
He can still punch.
But anyway.
Oh, he has a wooden staff. What are you talking about? I got a staff of frost too. What are you talking about?
Did you get rid of that curse one yet?
Yeah,
Yeah.
a long time ago.
I'm stuck in a stone somewhere,
Oh,
right?
nice.
Yeah, it's in that statue of the what was it? Not Born Without Teeth, but
It's like back in this area, right?
The Sawagan.
it was this.
Mhm.
No, it was right here. This one.
Right.
It's in. I
Oh,
put it in that hand before she.
Oh,
did the
yeah.
curse.
Yeah, because
I got
we
you.
we long rested here.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know.
I got you.
Yeah, these are the things with the fun. I can't remember their names now. This one was Born Without Teeth. I can't remember.
Oh, yeah.
The goblin
The
graffiti.
goblin names. Something
Uh,
about stink butt or something.
Oh yeah, some bottom, something bottom.
Yeah, stinky
Dirty
bottom.
bottom or something.
All right, so y'all don't have to move, literally all the way through, but if y'all are coming down, y'all can basically go this way and up, or if you go back this way, that goes to the mirror. Otherwise, you got to go this way and either go up or down, because one's gonna go south and there's gonna be a door to the north. And whichever way y'all go, just bear with me, as it's gonna take a few
Alright.
minutes to get back into the swing of things.
So what you're saying
Well-
is we have a choice, but there's not really a choice. It's the illusion of choice. You can go
Oh, there's-
anywhere.
Let me give you a hint where I'm going.
So this where Fallon is one. There's door number one, and door number two, and door number three, and this is the mirror. So 1, 2, or 3 are mirror.
Well, not mirror. As much as I'd like to, I know that that's out of our suicide
Excuse me.
mission.
And if it's something that I don't have ready yet encounter wise, it'll just take a minute to populate. So just bear with me on that. So Fallon's taking the lead. We are going this way.
Oh, that tunnel is still pretty tight. I thought when I went through last time, would have loosened some rocks up.
You lost the squirrel.
Talk
I
about
didn't think
here.
it was that
Yeah,
tight
yeah.
of a fit. I thought it was perfect. Mhm.
Yeah. Somebody ate too much fish on the trip so far. All right. Yeah, it goes 30 feet to the north where you're at, Fallon, and cuts back to the east.
All right. Well, we know we're going here. Yeah. Mhm.
Do we hear anything from where we're at, or
Just vague echoes of
occasional drip of
Of a
cave?
full plate armor banging through the hallways of a hard
You
surface.
know, maybe different breathing, or somebody breaking wind, or
Sorry.
Gurk eating fish, or dropping shit out of his pockets. So
Mhm.
um
All right, maybe
there-
that familiar can help us out here, huh?
Oh yeah. So if you're going to be familiarizing things, we can do it that way too. Sure.
Do we want to take one way and send him another, or do we want to send him the way we're gonna go? Which would you prefer, Fallon?
I'd say send them down that left hallway there, where we would turn left into, and just see what's in there, and then we'll go from there.
Alrighty.
All right.
And I'll put my hand out on Anda's shoulder so I can see through his eyes.
Well, I meant this.
Oh,
this
wait,
left.
what?
Oh,
so
sorry, you
can-
said left. I'm sorry, I thought you meant like left. I got you. It's all. I know which
You
way.
mean, you
How
mean
does you putting your hand on my shoulder see through the bird's eyes?
all right.
Actually, it'd probably be on her hip because you're so much shorter than him.
Am I,
That's
am
true,
I
that's
Condor?
true.
Watch your hands. Am I? Do it
grab,
for
grab,
bird.
grab her belt loop. Yeah.
I
Better.
thought you're talking like grabbing onto her shoulder because you gotta like black out so you could see with the bird. So
I thought that's what. Yeah,
That's
kinda
what
thought,
I
too.
was after, yeah.
I missed the context. Go ahead. You do scratch.
Yeah.
I mean, as
yeah,
a
yeah,
reminder,
'cause
though,
I gotta,
Fallon
like-
does still have light on his shield. He always has light on his shield as he's going through this stuff.
Warn me next
all
time.
right.
I mean, not on shield, on his breastplate. I
Sorry.
would say.
Just hold on to his little belt loop.
It's okay. I hold you.
Okay. Okay, this depending on what plays out here, it might be a little bit weird, so just bear with me. Uh Brax, go ahead and if you could just put Brax on his token just in case
Oh.
I have a brain fart as we're going along. Is going to see um right in this area here a Bas-Relief. So and you can see through it, right? You
Like
can
a
see
belly
through its
band?
eyes.
Yeah, yeah.
like
While
a
I'm
fish,
Well,
Does it say?
Like
it
a
says
guitar?
well,
a
yeah.
bass guitar. Yeah.
As soon as I tell you, you might get it, or it's BAS. So it's a BAS.
Oz, I don't know what that is.
Bas, I don't know, BAS dash relief. It's so carved into this wall right here is
Mhm.
a Bas or Bass relief. Whoever looks that up first and figures out how to say it first gets inspiration. So carved into this back wall of this alcove is a shallow niche containing a bass or bas relief sculpture of a nude, heavy-set man playing a harp.
sure.
Hey,
Okay.
don't play with my emotions like that. You had me at nude, lost me a heavy set man.
And lying on the floor in front of it is a broken half of a 10-foot pole.
So somebody tested it
Yeah.
and got crushed here. All right.
Or maybe Cupid is gifted.
All right. Well, Fallon's going to come to here, but he's not
He
going to
would not
cross.
let them touch him with 10-foot poles.
Fallon's not going to cross this threshold. He's just going to stand right here and look at it.
Do you want me
Oh,
to check? Do you want me to
yes.
check that?
Are
Yes.
you are you like from where you are? It's 10 foot away. Are you trying to like look at the pole
Well,
or
I'm
look
lighting
at
up
the
this-
relief?
Well, one, I'm shining my light into there to like just
Right.
lighted everything up, right?
Okay.
To kind of see what's going on. And I'm looking, but I'm also going to call over Beatrix. Like, Beatrix, blink
Yeah.
out of it. Yeah, I need your eyes.
And
What do you
Brax,
see here?
is Brax just like hovering like a hummingbird, like halfway? Because these are 10-foot walls, so whenever he's moving, is he just staying like halfway up, halfway down?
Yeah, upper half of the hallway, right across
Okay.
the top of the ceiling.
Okay.
But then as soon as we get up there, he'll come back and sit on my shoulder.
I'm trying. Let me look at my thing real quick here.
Wait, are both pieces of the 10-foot pole there?
Or
It's
did
a
it look like a
broken-
20-foot
it's
pole
a
that
broken
is now?
well, it says broken half of a 10-foot pole, so I'm imagining 5 foot
Mhm.
is left.
Okay.
I'm trying.
Does
Does anybody have any? Does anybody have any heavy objects on them that they don't care about losing?
I'm a heavy object.
Was that a yes?
Well,
Send me in.
The heavy thing I have is ball bearings.
I mean,
I don't have
I,
nothing.
I have this. I have
so
this. I have this cool helmet that we got back in the throne room. That's kind of heavy.
Hmm.
which
All right.
one? Which one is that?
The one that when I put it on and the tube came down, I got the wand.
Oh, that's right. You got the thing that
Was-
finds traps into your doors or something, right? I forgot.
Well,
about
the wand, right?
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
But was it the helmet that Anda found? The gold one
No.
with
This
the
is
bearded man?
No, this is the one in the throne room where I put the helmet on, sat in the throne, and the
Okay.
wand came down.
I
Well, if
got you.
anybody hasn't figured out what I'm trying to do, I'm suspicious of a pressure plate being here. Okay.
Right. No, I got you.
And I was going to try to find something to throw on top of it to see if it would trigger it. But
I may still have a live chicken. I have
That'll
an
work.
obsidian rooster. Cleared out my.
are you fond of this obsidian rooster?
Would you like me to just investigate it real quick first, and then we can throw stuff if that doesn't work?
Sure. Have it.
I would like to investigate the obsidian.
I'll give you guidance. I'll give you guidance.
Where did you get an obsidian rooster? I don't.
I'm not sure. I've just been adding stuff to my bag.
All right, I'm gonna hand you the obsidian rooster.
Chris has it, not Otis.
Here you go.
Yeah. That's what's in the corner back there.
I keep thinking this fucking thing is a goddamn touchscreen. It's not. I fucking made the screen real dirty. Here, have this rooster.
We'll call that Plan B.
Okay, I'm gonna put it back in my bag.
that
And I
seems
put
a
on
lot of
my-
lives.
I put on my silver ring with dwarven fertility symbols. Just
Can I investigate the floor like in front of this relief or for traps or pressure plates?
You have guidance. too.
Thank you.
Yes, go for it.
Somebody could give her the help actually.
195. That's a good roll.
nice.
Dirty 20.
There are no traps in there.
Real quick, what does that wand do? Gurk, what does your wand do?
Well, when I went whoosh whoosh, and then it lit up, and it pointed to where the wand came from. Past that, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I can try it again.
Yeah, see what happens. Stand right here and try that.
Can I stand right here instead?
Yeah, sure.
So I'm gonna point to the back wall with this wand, give kind of the similar whooshing motion as I did before, and be like, "Oh, release your secrets."
Do you have the description of your wand?
No,
read?
because
What's
You
it called?
don't know.
no, I just have it as two wand.
Does anyone have
Well,
identify?
I mean,
Does Anda
It was
have
supposed. I thought it was supposed to find traps and doors.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah,
that not
that's-
what it is?
So
That's what it is.
yeah,
That's
Yeah.
what we assumed it did, right?
at
Yeah.
a game, I know what it is. Gurk doesn't know what it is.
Yeah, but I
But
do
yes,
remember.
it is the wand of secrets, but I don't know that yet.
Okay. Yeah, so that doesn't do anything because it was more geared towards finding traps. I think it was within 30 feet or something like that. Does anybody have anything? I mean, you do know something's going on in this particular alcove, right?
Mhm.
Because something happened.
Obviously, there's a broken. Yeah, something happened here.
So what else would you try as adventurers?
Did
Like,
that dirty 20 not get me anything?
nothing that just an investigation would tell you, other than the broken pole.
Oh,
So it's got to be something other than an investigation that would show you physical or obvious
Arcane? Would an
signs.
arcane check help?
Yeah,
Yeah.
or magic or something.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Should I
Yeah.
make
Yeah,
an
can
arcane
can
check?
I-
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go
can I
for
do
it.
an Arcana check?
All right, hold on. What's your? All right, I'm gonna.
My Arcana is +7.
I'll give you guidance and help.
Yeah.
I'll help you too. Or if somebody can help her. I don't know if I can do both.
You see, that stick used to be a lot longer, so I think it has arcane magic behind it. You might want to check that out. Does that count as
Sure.
helping?
I felt helped.
Doesn't smell like food. That's all I know.
Oh, by the way, that's what I loved about that video. Rolling 20s gives you inspiration now.
That's it.
Nice, nice.
That's what, yeah, that's what Jeremy Crawford was saying in that video. That's how they want
Nice,
to handle it
nice.
now.
There is
23.
a strong aura of conjuration magic in this alcove.
Ooh.
Okay. Well, fuck it. Show,
Otis, chuck
show
your- chuck
yourself.
this Brewster.
Show yourself. Reveal yourself. And I pick up the wand. Or the broken part of the stick.
Nothing happens.
Goddamn. Well, this is a goddamn, but all right. Well,
Just try
Otis,
running through
chuck
that
your
back
rooster.
wall.
Yeah, well, I was
is
going to
gonna-
actually.
I will let each one of you think of something to try and do, and then if nothing works and y'all want to proceed, I will give y'all a group hint.
Otis is going to press his body into the relief.
I thought about trying to fly the familiar through it.
Are you licking the fat man relief?
I'm gonna put my whole body in there, like a key. Maybe it was me all along.
Like you're the small spoon.
Mm-hmm. No, front.
The teaspoon. And nothing happens.
Thank God.
What the fuck?
Oh, I know. Can I see that stick real quick?
Yeah, here, I don't want to.
So Girk's gonna take half of the stick and then try to lay the stick across the Buddha's arms. Try to put it back into his hand.
Okay. Nothing happens.
Well, I'm out of ideas.
So the magic essence was coming from the stick, right? Is that what you said? The conjuration magic?
It's coming from the 10-foot area that's right before the wall.
Oh, okay.
And nothing happened when Otis walked across it to get to the relief.
No. But I need everybody to do their first idea first before I can give any hints, because if I give you a hint right away, y'all gonna start trying something.
The hint is there's nothing here.
The hint is you're wasting your
We
time.
spend all section obsessed with this 10-foot square.
I'm not ready for you to level up yet, so I will kill the time.
Oh, there's well, no, I'm not gonna say that.
Not great an encounter.
There is something here.
Does anybody have conjuration magic?
Anda does not.
I will say, as y'all are thinking, the key to making something happen here is in the possession of somebody in the group. And you have to interact with that something and do something with it.
Okay.
I would suggest in that area of conjuration.
I got a bunch of
shit. Yeah, I don't have anything that kind of makes sense to do that with.
And if I give you the next hint, then somebody's gonna.
Matt, are you? Was Girk? Where's the helmet thing you were just talking about? They were going to throw.
Yeah. I mean, I would put the helmet on top of the head as much as I can. I don't know how big its head is.
Oh, on the wall.
Yeah, and my next thought was, is he like have a hand that looked like it would hold a crystal ball of true saying?
No.
It's a
you randomly rolled for that. That would have been odd.
So it's like a negative image or a negative imprint, rather.
Yeah.
Well,
it's like if one Wile E. Coyote runs into a wall and shit, and then the impression
that's what a relief is, right?
Well, I'm Googling Bas-Relief right now.
Yeah, the BES part, I don't know what that is. So maybe that's a hint. Well, I guess.
I mean, it is a sculpture and carving, but it's a sculptural relief in which the projection from the surrounding surface is slight and no part of the modeled form is undercut.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put this as a and as an example. Yeah, as a post-it. Yeah, I should have just drug it on the fucking. I'll do it that way.
The only I got a whole bunch of shit in my.
So remember, I'm just gonna put this on the map. So remember these, like in Egypt and shit, where you just see those on the walls.
There all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just picture a big.
One in my living room.
So picture a big, fat man playing a.
Is he wearing a little coat?
I was just.
So yeah.
Watch that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only weird thing I've got is that stupid tiefling heart in a box.
I instead of giving hints, I'll break it. I'll weather it down to an individual character who possesses it.
Tell me it's that obsidian roost.
It's been that the whole
It's the
time.
You said
person.
something with conjuration magic. I don't. Well,
No,
I mean, does he need a complete pole? I mean,
So we got one, 2, 3, 4. Y'all roll me, each of y'all roll a straight 20, and then I'll give you the hint if 2 of y'all can get over 10.
and we can always move on if we don't get it. So I guess we
16.
don't.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
17.
All right.
I got a 13. Anda got a 17.
4.
Okay. So Anda has the item that needs to
I was.
be.
I was wondering
need-
if that was the case.
Oh
uh,
dear.
So in Unda's inventory, she has something that can be used in this scenario.
Hey,
Is
what
it
about
this
one of those
bronze
silly
mask?
masks that you found before? How about
I
throwing
was
that
just
on
going
there?
to say I have a bronze mask,
Oh, I have one too.
and it is a utility item.
Anda puts on the bronze mask.
Okay.
Anda puts the bronze mask on the relief.
Oh wait, no. So as she put, I thought there was more after you were just saying that. But, so she puts it on, where she's standing right now, and nothing happens.
When she's gonna walk up here. Oh, and it's
And-
not a touch screen.
You're just gonna have finger marks all over your computer screen.
Cracking the screen,
I'm,
pressing.
I'm more upset about it than she's gonna be.
Okay. So as she puts it on, and I'll give you all a chance to do or say anything. So she puts it on, right? Because as a group, y'all thought of this bright idea. Hey, Anda, why don't you put on that magic?
I'm gonna
spell?
stand behind her and wield my sword just in case.
Okay. But my question was, she's going into an area of magic of sorts.
That's why I'm
Um,
going in there because I have the Holy
do you-
Avenger.
Oh, okay. So it's just okay. I was just thinking any types of protection, like are y'all holding hands, like hey, in case something happens, or holding on to her belt, or tying
I'll
a
say
rope
that I
around
hold.
her.
I was gonna say
or-
I hold the sword in one hand because I have to wield it to get the advantage of that, and then
Mhm.
I just kind of like wrap my arm around, kind of like her, like that.
Okay.
Why are you choking me, Fallon?
It's not tight.
Okay.
I thought you were into that anyways. But anyways.
Whoa, now.
What good's a loose choker if
It's like a weighted blanket. It's that comfort level of a weighted blanket.
you could be her thunder shirt.
Okay. So let me move that thing. That stupid thing.
Because if anybody doesn't knows, anybody within 10 feet of me while I'm holding the Holy Avenger gets advantage on their saving throw against magic.
I didn't know that.
Okay. So she puts it on and starts walking to it. And as soon as both of y'all step in that 10-foot square, both of y'all are going to get sucked into a demiplane.
Whoops.
All
It's
right.
like, whoop, and
She's got a helmet of teleportation, huh?
yeah.
Whoops.
So let me just open that up, and
Oh.
technically nobody else can see this, but you two. So
Oh, that was the mask behind the mirror.
yes.
In the long hallway. Yeah.
In the
Yeah.
hallway.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so with the description, let me just put y'all a little bit further, and again, I'll just put y'all like that. So, a misty, filled open doorway leads back to the dungeon alcove of the material plane.
Oh, okay, cool.
You could see the other half broken piece of the 10-foot pole lies on the floor just inside. there is an upside down
Demigorgon?
a portrait.
He's the upside
Hey, run.
Running up the
Uh,
hill.
And don't look. Don't look. Close your eyes.
Back and
Uh,
behold.
so hanging upside down on the wall is a tall wood frame painting of Halistar Blackcloak. Seated in the high back oak chair in front of the painting is a simulacrum of the Mad Mage himself, created by the simulacrum spell. So
Oh, so he's actually well, not him.
you shape in an illusory duplicate of a beast or a humanoid.
Yeah, it's another you with half your hit points.
Yeah. So that is what's in there, I guess, sitting at the throne, right?
I approach, but good.
No, what were you gonna say?
No, I'm saying I was approaches if anything happens, and if you weren't going to stop me, I was just going to be like, "Can you hear me?"
Well, before you get a chance to say anything,
Okay,
I was just describing the room.
Okay.
But it will look at Anda, right? Because Anda's wearing the mask. And before you just said what you did, he was gonna look at Anda and just say, "Well, don't just stand there like a boob. Ask me 3 questions about the Undermountain."
Ooh.
It's a good thing Anda's a smart one.
2 of my answers will be true and 1 will be false.
2 truths and a lie. Okay.
Okay.
So we have one question I can
Now-
ask 3 times.
Oh,
Well,
that
no,
would
That
be
would be
really
the good one.
smart.
Yeah, that would be the smart. Yeah, that would be the most effective way of making sure you know the right answer, right?
Do you always tell the truth?
Would be no. Well, that would be no. That would be actually pretty simple. But then that would you would know that if that was true or not. Yeah. Right, okay.
So you're saying, do you always tell the truth? Is
no,
what you
that,
asked?
no, that was,
That was Kirk. He's not here. This is
we-
me and on this shit.
Do we hear or see Fallon and Anda, or did they just poof out and?
I go to Anda.
Dude,
I wish
you still
Kirk
have-
would
can you still have a brain link
send
me?
to us. Wait,
So
does
it's-
send go on the opposite planes? I don't remember.
You'd have to read the description of Demiplane real quick, because in the description of what just happened. So if y'all would have like tied a rope around her or something to that sort, as soon as she went in wearing the helmet into that area of conjuration, the rope would have snapped and she would have disappeared.
Mhm.
What happened to the hole?
Yeah. And I it could have been a fine line. It could have been like, Fallon got snapped in half, which would have been I don't want to go there, but technically that's probably what should have happened.
So about sending, yeah, you can send across planes, but if the target is on a different plane than you, then there's a 5% chance that the message doesn't arrive.
Mm.
So you just got to roll a d20 and not get a 1.
Do 100 and not get a 1 to 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Math is fun that way.
Mhm.
It could be either.
Okay, so what what is Anda and Fallon doing at this point? Because this
Can we come back later?
What are the rules? Yeah.
What are the rules? What are the... There we go.
Nailed it. That
Man, that was the one.
That is one of your questions.
Shit.
Oh yeah.
well-
Yeah. That would be. I didn't think about that. But yeah. Fuck.
Okay, so I'll do this. If y'all, there is a way to work through this as a team, and this will be kind of out of game here. So what took place to get Anda and Fallon in where they are?
Well, so
How about this? Hold on. How about this? Anda, can you take the mask off? See what happens.
Anda takes the mask off.
Anything happen?
Y'all are still there, and she's holding the mask.
Do you have things? Can you throw the mask back through the door, and hopefully one of them will get that they can put it on and get here.
Can we walk back through the door with the mask on though?
I was afraid that but then only one person will be able to come back with the mask.
Well, not if we all stand on square, and then I walk in.
Well, I think the DM might have helped us out the first time with me
Yeah.
actually being able to go.
I did notice you're not in two pieces.
Yes. I think the Mad Maid was being magnanimous here.
Yeah, I think you could certainly try. But I mean, so does Anda want to?
I mean, do you have
that and
anything to
throw the
write a
mask?
note with? Do you have any parchment or anything? I don't think I have where I would put a note like put this on so they know it's us.
Does Fallon have anything?
I was
That's
gonna say,
I'm looking at my inventory. I don't see anything
Yeah.
that I could actually do that with.
yeah, I have nothing to write with or on.
Cut yourself. Use your
Yeah,
finger with some blood.
There you go.
You
Put this on.
You may just need to ask the questions. I mean, if you could think of three, you could, or two, or one, or whatever you're gonna ask. You can always
I got it. Well, here you go.
just ask.
Or yeah, I guess one of us could. Well, actually, have one of us could go back and tell them that it's safe to put it on and walk through, and then we'll just start throwing it back out as we need to. Or we could just go out and ask the group what they want to do.
And then just send Anda back in to ask the question.
Well, will we be able to get back in?
Well, that's kind of was the reason I asked that mission question.
No, I know, but if we leave now, we might not get back in.
Yeah, so if the two of y'all are trying to figure this out, so as y'all look back, it's just like a regular door, but like
All right.
a misty door.
All right. Well, I'll say this. I think one of us should leave and go tell the group what's going on and try to get back in. And if whoever it is, I mean, I'll go, or maybe my survivability might be a little bit better than yours. So if something happens while you're gone, I might be all right. But if you want to go back out there and tell them what's going on, and then if y'all want to try to make it in one by one, and we'll just throw the mask back out as you come through the door.
Okay, don't die.
And I'm gonna try and step through.
But Anda has the helmet of teleportation. So if Anda gets stuck in here, she can always try and teleport herself out. If you get stuck in here, we may not be able to get back into you, and you may not be able to get out.
True.
It's probably smarter. I know you probably survived more. It's probably smarter for Anda to stay because she's got an exit.
Fair enough.
Without the
Give
mask.
me
Fair enough,
a,
but you shouldn't have been able to tell me that. But anyways,
give me like a dagger or something. of
No,
yours,
but,
Fallon.
a dagger. Oh,
Something that.
so that you can
something-
teleport. Yeah, I got you. Here, take. I'm trying to think what I have.
Fucking coin anything.
Here's a. Oh yeah, here's a
No
water.
coin swords, please.
Here's a coin made of water. Here, take this.
Water, okay.
And
And at that point, I'm going to walk through the door
So
with the mask. I'm taking the mask with me.
okay. Yeah, so you are able to go back to that same square.
Back to
that
here.
yeah.
Okay. As I reappear, I'm like, all right, look, check it out, man. There's a simulacrum of the Mad Mage in here on this throne. You need this. You need this mask to get through the teleport. I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna throw the mask back out whenever it comes back out. You can put it on and follow me. All right, guys.
Why do we all have to? Why do we all have to be in there? Why can't you just ask it its questions and then?
Well, okay. What do you want to ask it then?
I don't know. What do we want to ask it?
Where is the buffet at?
We're gonna put that in the honorable mentions list.
What is the meaning of life?
How do we get to the second level?
Yeah. Or is there
And we can metagame test
way, is there a way we can find a better map? Is there a better
Ooh,
map?
that's a good question. Yeah.
Is there a better map that exists?
An accurate
somewhere?
map? Yes. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that one.
And I mean, it probably is pretty smart to ask them the same question 3
Ooh.
times, so you guarantee you know the
Hold
right
on.
answer.
Well, hold on. That just made me think of that.
Thank you
when-
from disembodied voice from the phone.
Ooh, very smart.
when we asked, can we come back? Did he answer that question or not? Because if he didn't answer, then we still have 3 questions.
I did not receive an answer. I think I was asking.
I'm
you.
asking DM. I'm asking the DM.
I thought y'all were talking to each other.
Okay, that's fine. All right, yeah, that's fine.
Y'all didn't actually say, all right, this is our first question. or-
Okay, cool. All right, cool.
Otherwise, we asked like 9 questions.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, that's
Because
cool.
I mean,
just
that's
wanted
what we
to-
need. At the end of the day, that's what we need, right?
Yes.
We need an accurate map to traverse this shit
I'm down with doing
more
that.
effectively, right?
I'm down with doing that.
Yeah, because I mean, you know that one's a lie, 2 are truths, and you get 3. So it depends if you want to go that route. What's the best question you want to ask?
An accurate map might be the best one right now for what we know.
Yeah,
I mean,
'cause
I'm sure we'll come up with better questions later, but like right now, we don't really have a whole lot to go. Like,
and like the map we have, which is already we know is not inaccurate, it is only the first level, and we gotta know we're getting pretty close to being done. So we're gonna be totally blind.
I vote for that being the question. Yes.
That's a total David move.
What?
It's like, all right.
I've
we're
just been
gonna-
obsessing over the
No,
map.
I don't have any
No,
other
it's
questions.
great, but if you think about it, it's like, all right, we're gonna ask the same question. We need the map to get to the second level so we can level up. We get the map.
If I could come
Yeah,
up with
we
a
can
relevant
level up.
question, I would ask, but I
No, and I
don't
don't really want a
know.
map of the first level. I would want a map of all the levels, or the second level. A map of the first level is virtually
Well,
Yeah,
not
but
going to help
we're
us too
asking-
much
Say-
right now.
to save
Questions.
time to get to the second level.
No, well, that wasn't my intention.
How about this? How about we just wait, and then when we have 3 more than when we have good questions, we can just fucking come back here. We can teleport to here and just walk through the mirror and ask it, or walk through whatever this thing is and ask it.
So you're saying you're not going to ask where the tasty buffet is at?
We're gonna hold off on it.
I mean, it doesn't have to be tasty. It can be okay buffet. But yeah, I mean, we spend a lot of time here. I mean, I just kind of want to see what's below us and how to get there. But I'm sure we can figure it out by ourselves.
I think so too. I mean, I don't have any questions any really relevant, valid questions to ask them that's gonna make sense. Other than the map. The map's a good one.
That could be another advantage of not all of us going in here. If they,
We
if
could
he
just
doesn't
trade
know all
off
of
the
us are
mask.
here,
Yeah, we could just trade off the mask and then each eventually go and then be like, hey, I don't know about those other people. What can I get 3 questions?
yeah, I mean,
It's a new genie lamp.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I didn't have nothing to do with them. All right. Well, at this,
Anda's just tapping her foot on the other side of the wall.
Fallon just throws the mask on and boop.
All right.
So let me
Go
do
back
that.
in.
I was like, nobody can come up with any good questions to ask. Well, we got one, but
I'm playing
we're gonna-
cards with this guy.
I think we're going to come back later.
Okay then.
Well, I mean, so looking around the room, there's nothing. That's it, right? That's all that's in this room, or Demiplane.
Yeah.
I don't have anything. I mean, I don't know. I'm stoned.
Yeah. I mean, hey, it's y'all choice.
All right, I walk back through the door.
oh yeah, tell Anda to use the helm to get back,
No, she can just walk through. You don't need the mask to
get back
go
out.
through the door.
I hope not. Okay, bye. And she's gonna go through the not a touchscreen. She's gonna go through the mist.
Okay.
Hello, One Piece. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
She's able to come back out. Yes.
Like, yeah, we'll bank that for now. We'll come back when we have some questions.
Okay.
Is there anything from in here we can take so we can get back here?
The other half of that staff.
If the,
Oh, yeah,
the
there
one
you
half
go,
is
yeah.
in there, yeah, okay, that'll work.
Did you grab it?
I grabbed it earlier and handed it to Gurk.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's on the statue because I try to do that.
I meant the
smoothly.
one. I meant the one from inside.
Mm.
Oh, I didn't grab that. Uh-oh.
Hold up, I'll be right back.
Here, Gurk, you want to check it out? I have the mask.
I mean, it doesn't matter as long as somebody's got that mask at this point. But if you lose the mask, then the one
Dirk
outside
just gets in
would be
there and
fine.
wastes our 3 questions.
Mm.
And then-
Where's the buffet?
I'll trade you this mask for a bucket of fish.
they're like,
Sure.
all right, we want to cash in our helmet teleportation. It doesn't work down here. Ah, shit.
No signal.
Yes, no signal. Okay, cool. All right. Where to?
Wait, does teleport go across planes?
Well, that's.
I don't
that's-
think I gotta look that
Oh,
up actually.
Maybe one.
Yeah, let's look. Find out. It might be a catch that you can't, but.
Well, we could
maybe?
always come. We
I
can
mean, as
always
long as
come
we
back
have
to
the-
the hallway with the
Yeah.
mask and walk back.
Yeah. Helm of teleportation. 3 charges.
We don't necessarily have to
It
get
just
to that
good as a
plane.
teleport spell.
8 willing creatures of your choice that you can see within range, single object that you can see within range to a destination you select. Target an object. It must be able to fit entirely inside a 10-foot cube and held or carried by an unwilling creature. Destination you choose must be known to you, and it must be on the same plane of
Oh,
existence.
okay. Then it wouldn't
So
work.
we'll have to come back to the hallway, not.
Well,
Yeah.
no, because it's a different plane.
Well,
Oh, yeah, so
This,
well,
okay,
this
yeah.
actual
No, we have
hallway.
to come here. Yeah,
Yeah.
we have to come here and use the mask to get in there.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Oh,
So you can.
Until
you
we're at
can-
much higher level, get plane shift or whatever, shift travel, plane travel.
Yeah, so I mean, as long as you've got the outside piece, you can just
Mhm.
teleport back to that part, and then put
That's
the
what I
other
was
mask
always
on.
thinking.
That's cool. Alrighty, carrying on.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Right, birdie flies. Let me zoom in a little bit because I think I got my fog on.
come to me, Otis Jr.
To the door.
Oh, Christ, another door.
God damn it!
Shit, there goes another 45 minutes.
Can I check it for traps and to see if it's locked?
Sure.
You have guidance.
Thank you.
Gotta turn and push, I think, for that one.
Written in handwriting, push, don't pull.
It's in the big little bold letters, totally safe.
all good.
Yeah.
What that message in blood say when we got down here? All will die or something like that.
I don't even remember. Is that what it said?
Something similar.
Yeah, I don't remember.
15.
It's not
Very good.
trapped. Unlocked.
I will step behind Fallon and let him proceed in the manner he most
With the old
enjoys.
boot knockers. Even though it's open, he still kicks it in.
All right. You kick it in. It's gonna go 30 feet to the south and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 80 feet to the north. Both directions, whether you go north or south, are going to kick back to the east.
All right. Like, what's the name of this? What is it? Brax? All right.
Brax, yep.
Hey, you want to send Brax down this way? Like up here?
Already gone. And I'll be blind and sitting there
I'll-
watching through his eyes.
I'll back up to Beatrix if she knows I'm right there next to her.
Excuse me.
I can hear
Yeah.
you clinking. I knew you were right
Here, hold on to this. No, don't
there.
look.
All right.
I snap back. What?
Just gonna open that part. Gonna see a door. Gonna open a little bit more. But in the middle of this, they're not on there now, but there are 2 bugbears standing right where Brax is right now.
All right. Like,
Oh,
As they're like,
all right, knowing that that's above, I'm just gonna come down here and take a look.
okay. But you know, if Brax wouldn't have went towards the bugbears, that's fine to do a little.
yeah.
you
As
know,
soon as he would turn the corner and saw me.
yeah. Yeah, just give me could you roll Brax's stealth just versus their perception real quick.
The stealth of a bright pink bird of paradise.
Yeah,
The least noticeable bird.
Yeah, well, you know.
neon colors,
What is
glows in the
Dex?
dark.
Wears a collar of Christmas lights, like a rave.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
30-20.
I'm
right.
reskinning a hawk in case you wanted. I figured that was probably about the closest, but if you want me to change, I can change to other stats. But that's what I used.
That's fine. Unless you find one that's in homebrew that's more fitting.
Yeah, I'll dig in and see what I can find. This was just what I used.
Yeah.
Dirty 20.
Oh, stop.
well,
Never mind.
So they did not see Brax. I'm gonna throw some bugbears up there so you know that they're there, but they did not notice. You go down there, Fallon. It's going to open up a little bit more and then cut to the south.
Sounds gone.
All right, I'm gonna go over there and look again. I'm just trying to like clear, get to like a door so I can say it's clear behind us, so we can go back up.
Like that one.
Perfect.
Fair enough. Not a door down there, but let's handle what's up here.
Yep. All my eyes will pop back and I'll say bugbears down there. 2 of them.
All right.
Move. Move. You know, kind of stealthily and quietly all together, so we're all relatively.
Yeah,
Start
y'all
attacking.
go.
For those of us who have short legs.
Come on, are you serious?
Yeah.
Fallon's not this, please.
I think that's the definition of ironing.
Yeah.
I mean, not Fallon, obviously, but maybe don't take off. Short legs are coming.
I mean, I'll try to make a roll. You want me to make a stealth roll? I'll make a stealth roll. Here it is.
Are y'all trying to be stealthy or not? Because they didn't see any bird. If y'all not,
I don't think
then-
we need to be stealthy.
Well.
No, I'm sprinting down the hall. Scratch, 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 scratch.
Okay, so stop right there and just
But,
let her-
well, can we like move before he sprinted quite that far?
Yeah,
Because that's what I was trying to avoid. Because I have very short legs.
Yeah.
yeah. We could say that he might have looking behind, making sure everybody caught up before he just went all silly around the corner. But I will say, like, as you're cutting that corner, you don't see them yet, but you do on the screen. These 2 bugbears, as soon as you peer around the corner, Fallon, they are going to take off running north.
All right. This is obviously a feigned retreat. They are trying to ambush us, but I don't give a fuck. Let's go.
Okay.
I'm anticipating an ambush up here, but I'm gonna fight through it. I don't care.
Mhm. Okay.
Well, that being said, I'm gonna cast Armor of Agathis at level 1 here.
and what does that give you?
Oh, it gives me 5 temporary hit points, and then as long as I have those hit points available when I get hit by melee attack, it's retributive 5 points cold damage to whoever hits me.
It gets really nice when you get like 4th and 5th level.
Yeah, when you scale it, it scales really well.
Because you still have it and you're still doing 25, 30 points
As long
of
as you got
damage.
1 hit point, as long as you got 1 left, you can do 30 points of damage. Yeah.
Okay. So what I'll do is let me pull up their you're sprinting for the
I mean, I
sake
said
of
that.
anything?
Well, yeah. Well, let's say this because it took an action to cast Armor of Agathis. I would only have my regular movement for that turn if we're going to do it that way, kind of thing.
I mean, we can see them running, right?
Yeah. I was
Can
just
we-
trying to see if y'all are dashing or just taking y'all full
I mean, I'm
movement.
moving as much as I can, yes, because I'm trying to chase them down, and I know that they're trying to, what do you call it, group up and shit. And I anticipate them joining a bigger group.
You're so pessimistic.
I was gonna
The
say, can
man
we,
they
can
just
we do
done
an
doing.
insight?
You always think the bad of creatures, man. What's wrong with you?
It's not right.
I'm a
right,
paladin. I'm a
how
holy
Otis
knight. I
does.
see it as black and white here.
all right. Let me just get their verify their speed real quick. Yeah, so they're 30 feet, so they're going to be dashing their, 60 feet. So I'm going to move right where you're at. I'll let y'all move either to follow them or, I mean, there's only two choices, right? Follow
yell-
them or go through the door.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna yell back. I'm like, they're running. So if you want to buff yourself, be prepared.
All right. And so I'm gonna let me move them first real quick, and then I'm gonna open up which way they're going. So it's 1, 2. Oop, I didn't mean to move the map. And I will open it up. I'm going to use a little bit of this little tool here. Almost there.
Okay.
So it's like a, going in an arc. They're running that way, running away from you guys. So they took their dash movement. So that's 60 feet. So you can either follow them doing your dash or regular movement, or there's a door at the end of the hall to your east.
And I yell
Which
out
is
to
right here.
Beatrix to send her familiar too after him.
And what's Brax's flying speed?
60 feet.
Nice.
Okay. Now, would he be going over them, past them to scout ahead? What do you think?
No, I think he'll just he'd stay a little bit back, I think, because he can't attack or anything, so he's just hovering, but also like I can't see through his eyes while we're running. So if we're gonna continue to chase, he's just gonna be up there following him unless
I would suggest doing it that way, and then he can come back and communicate with you when they reach their destination.
okay. Yeah, so I'll just he'll just stay back and watch and kind of be ready to give instructions back when they get to how many people they're gonna have, or if they're gonna join a bigger group or turn a weird way or slip into some broom closet or something. He'll see them, but we won't know.
Okay. And what about the rest of the group? Are y'all staying put? Are y'all following suit?
I mean, if everyone else has stopped and waiting for
No,
Brax?
I wasn't. That's not my plan. I
Oh.
wasn't waiting for it to come back. I was in pursuit, but I figured it could go ahead of us.
Gotcha.
I was following Fallon, so
Yeah, I thought we were stopping, but yeah, if we're keep going, that's fine.
I think we should keep up.
Okay.
So do you want us to do this kind of in turn here, or how do you want us to do this now?
I mean, if everybody's taking the full movement or dash or whatever, just move your however much you can move.
Okay, well that'd be
And then
60 feet then. All right,
yeah.
So
And then we'll just keep going like that.
all right, so 30, 35, 40.
Oh, and the squares are 10, right? That's I keep forgetting.
Yes. Yes.
550. Well, 60 gets me to here.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, same as.
Well,
Yeah.
right, yeah, that would make sense, right? Yeah.
Now I'm a little bit back because I could technically overtake him because I can.
You get
dash.
yeah. Uncare,
I also
not
can, but I'm gonna
uncare,
let you
But I'm gonna stay back just a little bit.
let you take the lead.
Don't forget squirrel.
I didn't.
And
There.
Anda.
I was getting them there. It's weird using a mouse.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Don't forget Anda.
Remember.
All right. I will move them. They're 60 feet again. So let me grab both of them like this and just move them together. So I'll open it back up for y'all as y'all continue to follow them. Turn up a little bit.
Don't run, you'll just die tired.
This is a cool little loop-de-loop hallway.
Mhm. What if we should have went through the door? Cut him off.
Well, we didn't know it was going to do that.
We found-
It's a wrap around and then
With
go
our
through-
great map we have.
Fall
They're
back, fall back.
They're gonna go through that door and
I mean,
lock,
technically we have
lock
this-
y'all in.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Same speed here, so put me like right here.
Let everybody catch up.
Yeah, we just like to point out this was also not on the map. As we're running.
Throw that piece of shit away. I don't know. Fuck about
Just
that
saying,
thing
it would have
anyway.
been a really good thing to have.
I'm
but
gonna
it's
use that-
okay, We
yeah.
already went past it.
I'm gonna use that improvised map as toilet paper later.
Okay. So I'm gonna move them a little bit, and then I will ask y'all a question. A second here.
Cue dramatic music.
If a train leaving Chicago at 55 miles.
Yeah,
Uh,
the only thing I can see on this map, and not that we have time to look, but it's a stupid bronze door.
Open up a little bit more.
And the echo from Fallon is deafening as he like runs through these tunnels with his armor and shit. I mean,
All right, now I can bring
Yeah,
them and move 'em.
everybody knows we're coming.
so I just remember when
3 levels down.
remember the Simpsons when they found out Homer's brother was the car designer and shit. And
Yeah,
even, they even let him. He was like, "When I flew the pedal, I wanted people to think the world's coming to an end." He's like, "What's the sticker price on this?" Oh my god!
Ruined.
Like a spaceship. Shit.
Some mother-in-law suite or whatever.
Okay, so don't move yet. Y'all will get the chance to finish moving in just a second.
Okay.
So who speaks Goblin?
Anda does, I believe.
That seems something like silly that like Otis would see.
I was
I'm
gonna
pretty
say,
sure. I'm pretty sure Anda speaks Goblin because it was Anda and
Yeah, she does.
wife. I knew how to do it. Esmeralda.
she does speak Goblin. Do I speak Goblin?
Well, as long as one of you.
I just want to know who I have to. Nope, I only speak Gnomish. All right. Any gnomes down here? Yeah, Anda does speak Goblin.
Okay. So Anda is gonna hear the Bugbears scream and Goblin. No, shoot them. However, a goblin would say, I'll give you the opportunity, Fallon. We'll just go in order of the way y'all are standing.
We'll
To
fight in the shade.
so, but before y'all do or say anything, Anda, you got 6 seconds to respond to what you just heard.
Everybody get down. There's no cover. That'd be a terrible thing. Get against the wall, they're barrels. Oh, we're down. That's 6 seconds.
Okay. So I'll let y'all to either do or say anything, and then we'll roll initiative. Because apparently they're alerting something. Probably Goblinese, something.
Not only. Oh.
Goblin.
Goblinese. So do y'all want to move or say anything or just roll an initiative?
Fallon will take a step forward as Anda yelled duck or take cover or something, right?
Yes.
All right, so Fallon laughs off that idea, and he fucking comes out here and he like kind of stands broad-shouldered, chest out, like, "Come and get it."
And anybody else does or says anything? Also,
Otis is gonna go into a rage.
Yeah, I am gonna send a chaos bolt at these bugbears. I'll send it this one if I can. It's 120-foot range.
So
Or I'll wait.
yeah,
I'll wait.
I think
I'll
that's
wait. How about that?
It's getting above the initiative.
Yeah, that seems a
spectrum.
bit. Yeah, that seems a bit of a big.
You can
ass
do anything
combo.
you want. I'm gonna do this. Well,
It's gonna- Oh,
Uh-uh.
I meant like
You have found
maybe.
the line.
Yeah, that's above and beyond. I'm just gonna throw a fireball bead. How about that?
Yeah. I mean, I
Uh,
could hit him with a cone of cold right now.
I will take some
Yeah.
oil and rub it on my body like Hakan in Street Fighter 4. How about that?
I would have meant
Doesn't
like
do anything mechanically. It just
take a maybe ready in action or take a knee, take cover, something of that sort. That's kind of what I was thinking, but not
all right. Then how about this? I'll retract into my shell. How about that?
you could totally do that because that's a defensive move. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Spin in a circle on the ground.
Anybody else?
I just go into a rage.
Okay.
Yeah, I will. I'll go ahead and activate my blade song.
Okay. And go ahead and roll initiative,
Okay.
and then we'll see what happens.
4 AC. 4 10.
Finally, a decent roll.
14. Anda got a 20.
Okay. Did anybody have any extra additives to their rolls?
No, I don't think guidance would be fair
Okay.
because I was sprinting the whole time. I didn't have time to cast. So.
Okay. So where you're at in order, it's gonna be Anda first, then the two bugbears.
Yay.
And then Fallon, Otis, Girk, Beatrix, and then whatever the bugbears were yelling at.
Okay.
So we'll get through one round, and then we'll if it keeps going on, we'll take our quick break.
All right.
So Anda's coming around the corner. Fallon's getting all pumped up, and but you do know, Anda does know that y'all were going after some bugbears that were running away, and then scream to somebody else and Goblin to get them. They're following, something of that sort.
So Anda is going to use the first level spell Command on which has a 60-foot range, which apparently just meets A. And she's going to command A to freeze. And it's a Wisdom 13.
Hammer time. Wisdom. Okay. Just for everybody. Wisdom. Oh, it was on 18 too. Doop. So A freezes.
A freezes.
Is that a literal command? Is it freezing?
It just dies.
Okay, so and so what? He just
That on his because the command happens on its turn.
okay.
When you speak a
Alright.
one-word command to a creature you can see within range, the target must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw or follow the command on its next turn. But
Which
essentially, that is where it is until it's got to do that before it moves or anything, right? So, spell has no effect if the target is undead, which I'm assuming they're not, and if it doesn't understand your language. So I'm going to say she said it in Goblin, or if your command is directly harmful. So no hitting yourself.
I forgot about the same language thing.
Yeah, that's smart.
Roach, drop, flee, growl.
So it activates on its turn anyway, but then he's got to
Which
wait
is-
for his. He's got to wait for his next turn to make another save.
Yeah.
No, it just happens once.
Yeah.
They basically
All
just
right.
burn his turn.
It
Burns
didn't
his
last one turn.
unless,
Yeah.
unless it's got a bonus action of sorts, right?
So no, it's just okay. So freeze
just does
essentially
it,
would be halt.
Yeah, you just say
Yeah.
halt. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the target doesn't move and takes no actions.
Yeah, that's its whole turn. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine. I got you.
Flying creature stays aloft, provided it's able to do so. If it must move to stay aloft, it flies the minimum distance needed to remain in the air. That's interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It
So
doesn't have
basically,
hover.
So basically, he eats a turn.
Good boy.
Okay. Commanded to stop or hold, whatever. Okay. So it is his turn. He stops, freezes, strikes a pose, whatnot. And then it will go to B. He is going to let's see where he's at. Yeah. So B is going to turn around and kind of smile a little bit, pull out one of his javelins and kind of like chuck it over at Fallon. Let's see if he's able to do anything with it. Probably not. Javelin. And a 12.
No,
All
sir.
right. It is going to take its movements and move over there behind that corner. And that'll be its turn. Fallon, you are up.
All right. Well, he'll take his full movement to here. Now, can he see in here?
Yes. So let me open up that side before you make a decision
Mm-hmm.
on what you want to do here. Open up that and that. You had the wrong tool, but it's okay. So you can see them, and then if you look a little bit to your east there, I gotta open them up as well. This you're gonna see 6 goblins over there with their bows out, getting ready to fire.
Oh, yeah. Cool. I like that. So as he looks at this one, but then sees out of his periphery over here, he turns and kind of laughs. And he goes,
Did they have held actions for when
oh,
they
well,
saw?
that's a good
him, or-
yeah, well, that's a good question, huh?
That
Homework.
is, yeah.
Well, wait, you said their initiative was later though, right?
Yeah, they're not an initiative
Oh, okay.
turn.
So they couldn't
Um,
have had held actions.
They
technically.
don't get the
But it is
it
a good point. Now, if they would have yelled, "They're coming! Hold an action!" But yeah, no, that is
Fair
a good question, but it probably doesn't apply in this scenario
Makes sense.
because honestly, in this scenario, they were actually guarding whatever's that eastern tunnel's going to. So
Okay.
they would have been
That seems
caught.
promising.
They would have saw in that moment where they would have had to turn around and
Yeah,
kind
well,
of
they're
like,
about to have to make all deck saves, by the way.
it's all right.
They're defending the goblin nursery.
Yeah,
Oh,
the Goblin Queen.
Well, fucking, I'm like Anakin that goes in and slaughters all the Jedi's at the school and shit. During what is it, protocol, whatever, 50s, whatever it is.
They were feeding the goblin spiders. So okay. So yeah, you notice Joker's. What's that song go? Joker's to the left of me, some to the
Oh,
right.
yeah. Yeah.
I can't think of it. Anyway, uh, Bugbear, goblins, frozen Bugbear. What are you doing?
So Fallon chasing these down, but then as he gets to here, he's out of his periphery, sees them, right? And
Mhm.
he kind of laughs, thinking about how Anda was just said freeze, right? And he turns to these guys and he pulls out his frost wand or staff of frost, and says the same thing, freeze, and hits them all with cone cold. They need to make dexterity saving throws of 14.
All right, you go one for all. Or you want separate?
Okay,
Or
go
you
ahead.
no, I'm
Yeah,
asking.
go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I can roll.
We'll save time. Yeah, we'll save
6, 7.
Is that a
All
60-foot cone? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
All right, they don't have a save, so I'm just rolling their decks. 19.
19. That's shitty, but all right. Let's see here. $33 halves is 16 points of damage.
All right, you blasted them all. How's that look?
Oh, it's just they're all statues now. They're all frozen statues. They're ice statues.
Popsicles. Goblin sickles.
All right. All right. So you got frozen goblins crowding up that little hallway over there.
All right, so that is my turn.
Alrighty. Otis.
So Otis is going to run up right over here. Use my measuring tool. And he is going to hurl a javelin at A.
Okay.
So good. That's 23 to hit.
Wow. Okay. Yes. Did you go to
That is-
javelin school?
That is
Javelin college.
3.
He was in the Olympics.
That's 3 plus 2.
Jamar.
He was a
No,
gold
he was
medalist at track
He
and
was
field.
Lamar, Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh, that's an old Oh,
With
if you
the,
didn't say what it was from, I wouldn't have figured it out. It would have took me a
the
while.
flag. Did you see it, Matt?
No.
I saw that when I was a kid. I don't remember it.
I'll tell you after. We'll see what the damage is here first.
So that's 5 piercing and 6 radiant damage.
All right. So 5 piercing, 6 radiant. It takes it all. And that was on
A.
A. Does he take extra being frozen?
No.
No.
No, because he's just
We just
listening to
stopped.
me.
Yeah.
Okay.
While listening to Anda, yeah.
He's not literally frozen. He just stopped his movement.
No.
Yeah. Just,
Unlike the goblins in the hole. Yeah.
Unlike them.
okay. Anything else from Otis?
No.
Okay. So the movie reference, Matt, Revenge of the Nerds, all the jocks make fun of the nerds at college and whatnot. So they had to form their own sorority. Well, they joined Lambda Lambda, which was an all-black
I
college.
think you meant to say fraternity, but yeah.
What did I say?
Sorority.
Yeah.
Sorority, fraternity.
Yeah, they were all dudes. Yeah, they were
Yeah.
all dudes. Yeah.
I'm sorry. So it was an all-black fraternity, sorority, whatever. College club.
I mean, words do have definitions, but
Yeah,
who cares?
yeah.
Hey, what's the correct one?
It's fraternity.
Fraternity is for
Fraternity,
guys.
yeah.
Yeah.
Should it be paternity? But anyway, so this guys club,
That
right, in
makes
college.
Yeah.
The
I
guys,
think it's Greek or Latin, but
so they joined the club at college, but it was all for black gentlemen. They got in by default of a technical reason. Otherwise, they wouldn't have got in because they're nerds, right? So anyway, Lamar is a black gentleman in the club of nerds, but he was a homosexual, right? but they had to do the Jock Olympics, and one of them was the javelin throw. So since he was, kind of loose in the hands and had a little spring, the nerds designed his javelin to be flexible. So when he ran to throw it, it's going bouncing all over the place. And then he threw it and it's like whoa, 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 as it's flying.
Where the stored energy becomes kinetic.
Yeah, and it just pushes it forward. It was kind of fun. But anyway, so yeah, Otis is
Through his wobbly
That's
javelin.
exactly what's
Yeah.
going on with those.
Yes. So
His
now
flaccid
we,
javelin.
now we have suspicion of Otis and his college days. Sorry about that. Gert,
I
you're
just
up.
didn't go to college.
This conversation went way off.
Well, since nothing happened from these goblins or nothing to whatever, so Gark has a bonus action, comes out of his shell. It's like, oh, where's all the action? So he's gonna stand up, using half his movement, and then he's gonna pick up his staff. He's gonna walk 5, 10, 15, because that's all he has, and he's gonna say, yeah, I thought I heard someone say freeze. Hey, you bugbear, halt. I mean, freeze. He's gonna send Ray of Frost at him.
All right.
Is that 21?
Yes.
And it does 7 points of cold damage and has 10 less feet of movement on his next turn.
Damn. All right.
Just because he
Gotcha.
can't see B.
Gotcha.
And that is my turn.
All right. 7. Okay. Still up, but he is bleeding. Beatrix.
Okay. Girk, you are a medium-sized creature, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, then I am, and Fallon, are you technically within 5 feet of the
That's a good question because I was going to ask that myself. Because I wasn't sure if I was going to attack anyways, and then plus if it moves. So yeah, that's a good question.
10 feet of A.
5 feet.
Is at that edge, so I will say 5 and 1 inch.
Okay. I mean, as soon as you said the 1 inch, it no longer mattered. So that's fine. So yeah, so I'm gonna I won't get my sneak attack, but I will get I will run up and I will because I can't make it to Otis. Yeah, it's not my best option, but I'll do it. I'm going to. Gosh dang it! Sorry, I'm clicking between screens. I'm going to run up and I'm going to. Yes, I'm bring that. I'm going to stand behind. I'm going to bonus action hide behind Gurk because he is a size bigger than me.
Mm-hmm.
So that would. Oh yeah, that would give me advantage if I'm shooting my crossbow at A. Correct.
For that to work, you would have to use the hide. Well, you can do it as a cunning action, so you can do it as a bonus action. Then you got to roll a stealth check, and it has to be
the perception.
Perception.
Yes, then yeah, that's what I would like to do. I'd like to go behind Gurk and try to hide.
Okay.
I don't want to eat grapes.
I mean, you're already short. Gurk's short.
19.
I'm assuming Gurk's out of his shell, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you were still in your shell and threw your frost like from the side, and as you shot the frost, your shell started spinning again as you're upside down. Like one of those fireworks sparklers. That's
Too much action economy there. Going into your shell is a full action for some reason.
That should be half or something.
Yeah.
Oh, ooh, nat 20.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, so they see me. So
He's hyper focused in his frozen state.
Yeah, he's focused in.
Yeah.
okay,
Not-
Pupils
so
like-
are real fucking wide.
Yeah.
okay,
Which is kind of weird. Fallon being right in front, but unless I should have rolled that with disadvantage.
natural 20
There
on
you go.
the crossbow bolt,
All right.
which would have been awesome had that else worked, but it is okay. Damage. Yes, hi, thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you for the help. 11 points of piercing damage.
All right. You're actually able to drop A.
Nice.
Woo! Yep, I'll just run up, hide behind Dirk's shell, lean out, take a shot, and lean back, and then just listen for him to drop.
Mm-hmm.
Also, don't
And
forget
then-
your familiar can give you advantage, so don't forget you have that too.
Mhm.
Yeah, but they go at the end of my turn, don't they?
Right? Yeah, and then it
So
can
I
give-
have
yeah.
to do that next time.
But I'm
I
just
mean-
saying, Brett has actually ruled it that it goes either way. But yeah, by the rules, it's supposed to go after you. But
Well, don't they get their own initiative?
Oh, they
Uh,
may.
oh,
Well,
But it's way
yeah, I mean,
easier to do it like right after.
yeah, I mean that's what
Yeah,
I
they
was
do
doing.
get
It
their own
goes
initiative,
goes
yeah.
on your turn, but usually it's right after yours.
Yeah, my Drake is right after Orville when
Yeah.
we play the other game. So
I mean, if y'all want to change it starting next session, that's fine. Whether it's a different role or, but I would think if it's going on yours, it's got to go after your turn.
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Yep. So I'll just listen for him to drop, hear him drop. Good shot. And then I'll good job, crossbow. Put in, and
Beatrix
then
does
I
a
will,
little dab in the back.
just like woo, get out from behind Girk, and I'll take the. I think I only use like 5 foot or so movement to get behind Girk, and then I'll take my other. I got 10 extra feet from Blade's song, so I'll use my 30. Oh no, I'm sorry. I have 20 left plus 10, 30. Yeah, 30 feet. I can do math. 30 more feet of movement.
Mhm.
Should put me like right at that corner. Somewhere there. Okay.
Anything else?
No, wait, I can do math. The squares are 10 foot, right? So yeah, 10, 20, 30 takes me there. Nope. That's that is it.
Brax doing anything?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
Brax.
now it's his turn. Yep, I will go ahead and now that I can kind of see these frozen goblins probably a little bit, I'll go ahead and send him down this hallway and try and get in front of B and distract and give the help action with all of his colorful feathers. He will not squawk or do anything like that, but he will distract with colorful feathers so you don't have to hear me try and squawk.
All right. Let me just open up a little bit from what he is seeing a little bit further. Of course, all the way to the west, there's the door. I will point out that there's a little bit extra right here, right by you, Beatrix. Right here. There's no tokens, but there is going to be the corpses of 2 dead goblins right there. And one of them is going to be missing a head.
Okay.
Ooh. I'll look through my collection of heads later and see if any of them fit.
Well, it's not there.
Yeah, I have a whole bunch of heads in my inventory.
Oh, you want to try and
Okay.
replace it with some?
Oh yeah.
I'm
Frankenstein
gonna
Just in
put
case.
Oh, yeah, that's right. There was a whole room full of heads back there.
Okay. So yeah, let's take our break right here, and then
All right.
we'll see where this goes. Because I mean, all you got left is B in this one particular area right here. So we'll see how
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. So top of the round. Not much left. Anda is up.
Anda's computer just died. So she is going to. You said A dropped.
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna do what I remember from her sheet. So she is going to. She's only
Probably
able
gonna
to
want to move first because she can't see anything at this point.
Yeah, I was trying to finish. I think this is how far her movement can get her, though. Can she see B there?
Wait, where was she at?
Yeah, I think.
She
Remember,
was up here.
they're 10-foot squares, so
10-foot squares.
Oh, well, I think her movement's 35.
Oh yeah, that's right. She does get that extra 5 feet. Mm.
And
So
So
I don't wanna
she
do that.
will use yeah, wait. 10,
So,
20. Yeah, that's about 30.
yeah, she can catch a little bit. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She's gonna use fairy fire, which is a
X.
Mm-hmm.
it's it's a dex. She's got a 13 dex save.
Thought you said hairy fire. I'm like, what? That's a new one. It's a dex save. All right, sorry about that.
You're
I
good.
was- I was laughing in my own funny. That wasn't funny.
I was trying to think of a way to like Saint Grover's fire or something. I don't know. I was there. I was with you on it.
11.
All right. So that he
What color?
failed.
Yeah.
Can anybody see her sheet real quick while I get a charger for this thing?
What happens is it's surrounded. You can pick the color of light, but it's surrounded by like a fluorescent coloring and shit.
Yeah, you're just lighting them up,
Mhm.
basically. So
And everybody gets advantage on attacks against them. They can't
Wow.
go invisible.
Oh, there's no damage on that?
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Okay, then
It's
I guess
still a
everybody
good buff.
gets advantage.
Yeah,
It's
All
an
right, works.
it's an AOE that really you want to
Works.
kind of hit multiple things with, but
yeah, because you get a 20 by 20 square, so
mhm.
yeah. So what
It
color?
was a cantrip. So
What
that's all
color?
No, that's
yellow.
not a cantrip.
It's not a cantrip.
Fairy fire
It's
is
a
a first
first-
level spell.
first level spell.
Okay. All right, well that's fine too.
What
now-
color?
I'm running with a black screen. So she
got
is that bugbear is yellow.
Yellow. Okay.
Like
All right.
this.
but yeah, as long as she's concentrating, everyone has advantage on them. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Brax is over there. Give me a odd or even for Brax.
Even.
It is even. So B is going to turn around because it was kind of waiting for Fallon anyway, and he didn't come around the corner. So he's going to come out. Brax can't do anything, right? As far as opportunity wise.
no,
Mm-mm.
Okay. All right. And I would say since he's lit up, it wouldn't count as a surprise attack coming around the corner because he'd be lit up and Fallon would see him.
Yeah, that's kind of the
coming around.
purpose. Yeah, that's one of the purposes of fairy fire. Right?
Otherwise, he would have a surprise attack, maybe. But anyway, Morning Star's coming out, and he's going to try and see if he can put a dent in Fallon's armor, which is probably not going to happen, but he'll give it a
Let's
shot.
see here.
Nope. 11.
Nope.
And he does have a little bit of movement, but he is.
I would love for him to use it.
Yeah. he's just going to move.
Well, not that way.
Yeah, right there, trying to get a little bit of cover
All right.
from Fallon.
Mhm.
But it is your turn. You could just like circle around them anyway.
Okay. Well,
It is
well,
your turn.
well, everybody's going to have advantage on it. Well, I could do that too, right? But
Yeah.
I'll go to here, I guess. Well, I kind
Secret-
of want to see down that hallway anyway. So,
secret double advantage.
so okay, as he gets to here.
Oh, yeah. So as you're right there, which hallway you're talking about?
Well, I mean, we can do that after we resolve this attack here. But
You
I
gotta
was just
see.
kind of
You gotta see a little bit more.
because I'm
like
going to
that.
move to. Okay, all right, cool. I mean, I'm going to move after. Well, I don't know. We'll see what I do. But all right. So he's going to. All right, just booming blade here. With Great Weapon Master.
All right.
By the way, what I thought I was doing was Sacred Flame, but she does have Fairy Fire too, so we're just gonna say that happened.
Yeah.
All right, so 25 to hit or 23 to hit.
Wow. Okay.
All right, so it takes this.
Wait, let me get out my scientific calculator.
Yeah. All right, 15 points, 25 points of slashing.
Damn.
And then it gets the booming blade here. This is going to be thunder damage. 3 thunder.
He drops.
Cool. All right, as he drops, I only use 5 feet of movement, so 5, 10. Oh,
Did
he
it
just
look any
cuts him down.
cool?
He goes, any last words? And then as he opens his mouth, he just cuts him down.
Apparently, he
Goes,
didn't
any
know,
last words? I didn't think so. He just,
apparently he didn't know the Dewey Decimal System.
yeah. I get that reference. I wonder how many people get that reference. Don't you know the Dewey Decimal System? But he chops him straight down the middle. But anyway, he's got to use the rest of his move to get to here.
Okay. So you're gonna see a bunch of area open up. So let me just open it up real quick. And at the moment, we are out of initiative
Okay.
Mhm.
or being counter, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what's proper anymore.
UHF is where Kramer got his start too. You remember?
Yeah, it was the.
Who wants a drink from the fire hose? If anybody doesn't know, Fred, this UHF is what we're talking about. Old ass movie. Yeah.
Weird
With
Al.
Weird Al
like-
Yankovic was the he played the main character. He was trying to save a public broadcast station and shit. It was like a local TV station.
WKRP
I
in
know
Cincinnati.
I've heard. I think I've heard of the movie you're talking about.
It's a wacky ass. It's definitely a stoner comedy and shit. Like you can find it funny if you're not high too, but being high really helps.
And you're gonna see it go way down to the southwest also.
Cool.
Okay.
And I'll open up. I'll be a little bit more generous too.
I mean, Fallon's intention is to come in here and see what's going on.
Bunch of beds.
All right, yeah. Give me a second to
Yeah, you're
get
good.
up in there. Excuse me. Okay, so Obelisk. Am I saying that correctly?
Obelisk, yeah.
Obelisk.
Obelisk. Let me move it over to the screen here so I can eat it. Not eat it. Read it a little bit more easily.
Sounds like the
so-
kennel's out, huh?
Yeah, goddamn. Hold on one second. Let me shush him.
I thought that was the beasts that were. I thought that we had hounds inbound.
Some
Mhm,
Severus beast or whatever.
Yeah, Cerberus. Yeah.
Sorry.
Hades let him out.
Hellhounds. Watch out. No, that's my daughter going in and out of the front door, of course. I guess I need some more soundproof squares.
It's some
Apparently-
some moving blankets.
Something like yeah.
Well,
So in the north end of this room stands 14-foot tall granite obelisk with a lidless eye carved near the top on its south facing side. The bottom half of this obelisk is covered with dirty, bloody handprints. You're going to see alcoves, wide alcoves surround the obelisk to the west, north, and east. They contain a dozen goblin beds made of bundled rugs and torn fabric.
Like, looks like we got a barracks in here with an obelisk. It's kind of weird. You guys want to come check it out?
I'll be
We
right
should
over.
probably go see those guys where those goblins were hiding too.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was heading.
Okay.
Otis
Suit
is gonna
yourself.
shovel the goblins out of the hole.
Like, Otis, if you would, please.
We're just looking at the goblin sickles real quick.
I'm just
Could
gonna
have just
pile them
shattered
up.
on this.
Pile them in the center of the room here.
All right.
That last one was in there tight.
Yeah, it's gonna be like another tunnel system, just like on the other side, where y'all started off. It's gonna, you got to squeeze your way in and whatnot. Do y'all go in?
Yes. Of course.
Do we want to go in, or do you want to send? Send somebody,
Yeah.
or send
Send a
Brax?
familiar.
Otis, if you would like to keep crawling through there, it is entertaining to watch you try and get that halberd through that. Small.
Got it between my legs.
Riding it like the horse.
Oh, you
head.
still have
Bobby
never
horse.
replaced that handle. Still
No,
got the
I've never had an opportunity to replace that.
Yeah, he isn't. He
corroded
still,
end. Yeah.
he's still knobless.
His halberd is slightly impotent.
It looks like it ends here, guys. Oh, no, it doesn't.
It keeps going. It keeps going. It keeps going.
How tall is this thing? Am I actually crawling? Because I'm doing this for effect, but I can just walk on through here.
Hold what you got. Let me just double check the coordinates here.
I think it's what 10, unless otherwise stated.
I think the Dungeon Madmates describes everything is as high as it is wide, unless it's specifically says different.
Yeah, so this will probably be in the more 5 to 6, going from like 4, 6, depending on how they carve this damn thing, because the regular squares are 10 foot wide, 10 foot high, and stuff like that. But these kind of situations seem like an afterthought of connecting other sides together, if that even makes sense. So where you're at right there, let me just give you this little description. So to answer your question, I guess it would be this. So they're connected by 5 foot wide tube-like passages of rough hewn stone that slope up and down. Dust hangs in the air here. So 5 feet.
Best kind of hewn. All right.
So it is almost
And
like the
real-
upside down.
I quickly walk through the tunnel.
Okay. So where you're at right now, okay. All right. Stop where you're at.
Okay.
Stop what you're doing, because I'm about to ruin.
Okay. Yeah, so according to the book here, you got to see here, I need to move this here. Let me do it this way. I want to get the right picture. So everybody talk amongst yourself for a second.
No.
You just seen, are y'all yelling anything to Otis as he's going in there, or is Brack in there too,
No one even followed me.
or just the squirrel?
I was just standing at the entrance watching Otis crawl through this tunnel.
Come on, we're
Because I
going.
thought he was just
straight
gonna crawl a little ways in and then come back out, and he hasn't yet. So
I couldn't turn around till I made it to the end.
I mean,
Okay.
Girk did make it down to
Yeah.
this section, is looking through as much as he can, but that's about it.
Okay. So as you are okay. All right. So as you look down that way, you're gonna see that the hallway opens up. But give me your perception right where you're at.
Oh boy. Come on. You fucker. That'd be 8.
oh no.
8. Okay. Yeah. I mean, you're. I don't know if you would be following south. Like if you would have been like tunnel vision or something like that. But your eyes are going to immediately turn to the east. As you're going to see 5 of these things just scream and start heading your way.
What is a squirrel's run speed?
Not enough.
This may be
Is
the
it-
time to sacrifice the squirrel.
Is it faster than mine?
Oh, those are fun. looking.
Squirrel. Stat block. 5e.
Now,
Not to metagame, but you can probably hide from them in the tunnel.
Well, the squirrel knows how fast it can run.
these things are medium size, so I need to bring them down.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. They can follow you.
Never mind. Don't stop. Don't stop the tunnel.
So they
You
are
can definitely try.
Yeah, so they were probably having a little, you don't know what they are.
Is that
unless
Audrey?
they're-
Oh, that's
Who?
Oh yeah.
Audrey?
It does look like a. If they
Feed
start
me,
singing, we're in big
Seymour.
trouble.
Audrey
Feed me,
too.
Seymour.
If they start singing,
little-
we're in big trouble.
Little shop of horrors.
That is the one.
All right.
Little shop, little
So
shop.
these are medium-sized creatures, and
Mhm.
they're just like I don't know what a. So just think like if Hank just like turned into a zombie, this is probably this, but a lot bigger and screaming and plant beak noise, whatever that would sound like.
Sure.
They're all just gonna, see Otis coming through, and we're gonna roll initiative. Just let me make the encounter real quick, because we're gonna see what y'all do. I don't know if Otis is just gonna go forward and attempt to go to Valhalla. I'm not sure.
Just make an
But-
attempt.
I mean, I know you're busy, but would I've seen anything in this section?
Let me pull out the map here. Hold on. And then you zoom out. Where are you pointing?
In case
To
it's
my
easier.
west, yeah.
Oh, you got to see the rest of the opening of the hallway, which would be this, and these.
If that connects, that's going to be a lot shorter than you going up and around.
And if you would have got to that point, if you would have looked over here as well, it would have kind of like dead end in this area.
Okay.
So if that helps you out any. Give me one more second. What's going through your mind, Otis, at the moment?
Otis is going to
Oh shit! Oh
Nothing.
shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
take full movement.
I've never
about-
seen these things before, so yeah.
And he's gonna go to Otis Jr.'s tell my story and
Tell
allow
my
Otis
story.
Jr. to run away. He'd be like, there's some beaked octopuses over here.
Well,
bit of Orville.
before you moved, go yourself back.
I
And
mean,
we gotta, we gotta roll initiative. To
don't
see,
octopuses
okay.
already have beaks?
That's
Otis
a good
wouldn't know that.
point. Animal fact.
Do you know there's a creature called a ginormous squirrel? It's adorable.
Really?
Look it up.
So everybody go ahead and roll initiative. If Otis would have screamed something at this point,
Otis would have definitely screamed.
Oh, okay. Well, then I can justify because I was actually going to take my turn in here looking around, but if
It
you
would have been
scream-
something like, "Arr!" You just heard it echoing out of the tunnel.
are you taking a shit, Otis? What? He's just, "Arr!" Who does number 2 work for? Anda needs a roll.
That's
She's
right. You
got,
tell that turd who's boss.
She's got a +2 initiative if you need to roll a die.
She got a 21.
Damn.
Gosh.
Okay. So in this scenario, Otis took it upon himself to go scout out ahead, and he,
Oh no, not that. Shit.
What?
One time.
I hit
Is it-
I hit initiative twice by accident. What I meant to do was roll the D4. Yeah.
So what are you
Because
supposed
I
to-
would have guidance. I was going to put guidance on myself to check that thing, but since we were in initiative, I'm going to use it for my initiative. So mine's
Okay.
21. My initiative is 21.
How much time has elapsed between the fight out there and Otis crawling through here? Like, because I mean, like, do I? Yeah, 'cause, like, is it or is
So
it
30
10 minutes,
seconds.
5 minutes, 2 minutes?
Well, if he would have went straight in there, I mean, he would have took two rounds of movement, which is 12 seconds. So
I think it took me a minute or two to unload the goblins.
if you did that, I mean, well, what are you trying to do?
My blade song lasts for a minute,
Mm-hmm.
so I didn't know if that would have dropped or not, which it probably had if it's been. I thought it was 10 minutes when I asked.
So there
but
was
I'm reading it.
5 of them. So it would have took 30 seconds for him to remove said goblins and toss them, and then 12 seconds to go to where he was.
Yeah, that's a pretty tough sell to say this is less than a minute.
You got
I thought it was up for 10 minutes when I asked. I didn't realize it was. I keep forgetting it's only 1 minute. So, no worries.
It's okay.
It go.
So who's got the higher dex, Fallon or Anda?
Oh, well, it's 20. I meant to say it's 20, not 21.
It's 20. Okay.
Wait, did I roll? What did I roll?
It
A
is
2?
21,
21. It
yeah.
is 21.
So what's your
I have a 0 dex.
Anna's
or a
dex,
raw
is,
10,
dex is
yeah.
a 2, yeah.
-2?
No, +2.
Okay, because Beyond is
dexy.
showing her first. Okay, so Anda, Fallon, Beatrix, these plants, Otis and Girk. And we'll see what y'all do. I mean, y'all heard, y'all seen Otis just going, he's taking the lead. He's probably tired of Fallon, going first. He's like, I'm doing this shit this time. So
It works out so well.
Who's guarding something? I thought there was gonna be treasure in there.
Why else would there be things over there? So maybe a little bell went off in Otis's head. Hey, maybe that's why the goblins were facing this way and guarding the tunnel.
I mean, my plan was to go down there, except for I got kind of drawn off by that other bugbear. So then I figured I was here, but
It's all good. So
What?
Anda,
Yeah, what is that screaming? And someone go check it. This is not a touchscreen. Someone go check it out. And Anda is going to. She's gonna post up here and kind of hold an action because she doesn't know what's going on.
I've got you covered. Just run this way.
Someone else.
I can't do her accent.
So my husband doesn't kill my character while I'm sick in bed.
Oh yeah, I can hear her now. Are you
You're doing a-
killing me, you bastard?
You're doing a pretty good job killing yourself at the moment. So
That's-
we all right?
You guys will meet
Yeah.
Bob and the Goblin yet.
One can only hope.
Yeah,
Not that we don't like it.
She's gonna hold an action.
All right. Fallon, you're up.
all right. Well, I had already measured that. I'm going to use my action and my movement to get to here. Well, okay. So he comes and he hears the screaming and he gets to here. I'm just going to, and that's my turn. That's it.
He's just gonna cock block the whole tunnel. Okay. Beatrix. Well, she can get through.
Yeah, Beatrix can definitely
She
get
just
by.
Mhm.
go through his legs and pew.
Oh yeah, yeah. Not an obstacle here. Since this tunnel is very easy for her to maneuver, and Fallon's trying to duck and go in, and hearing Anda kind of say that, and I know he's down there. Yeah, I'm just gonna use my 10, 20, 25 doesn't get me very far. I'm not gonna reactivate Blade Song quite yet. So I'm gonna do 10, 20, 30, 40. I think 50 if I'm watching those lines right. I can get because I'll use my movement, bonus action dash. I think I can get to right at Otis right there. Can I oh well I'll move.
Take Otis
Can
Jr. to run.
Yeah, so I can see these things. Right? I can, not quite
Well,
probably.
the first one,
Okay.
maybe.
Yeah. I'm going to if it ever turns to me. There we go. I'm just gonna like kind of try and lean or look around Otis, and I will throw yeah, I'll throw a firebolt since I can't really see them too much. So if they've got some cover, it's okay because it's just cantrip always. So I will throw not a fireball, sorry, firebolt at them. So I will aim for the one in the front there.
Okay.
There we go, dice. 22 to hit.
Wow.
Mhm.
Okay.
So I assume even with whatever cover he's got, that's gonna hit.
Yes. Yes.
One of those is still spinning. There we go. 11 points of fire damage.
11 fire. Okay. It takes that.
And then I'll just I mean, I'm not really a huge obstacle in this tunnel, but I will skinny up against the wall, knowing my taller friends are coming, and I'll just also yell, "Plant people incoming!" And then that's it.
Okay. All their turns, A, B, C, D, E, coming in hot. For lack of better words. And they have foot speed. But the first one is going to like
Oh.
climb on the side. Go ahead.
Sorry.
Okay.
A flammable object hit by this spell ignites if it isn't being worn or carried. So if they're plants.
So they are classified as monstrosities. Does that mean that they're plant-like or more squid-like, or
I don't think that applies here. Because it's supposed to be like inorganic objects. Like
yeah? I mean, they're from their environment is more forest and or underdark.
Yeah, it's
and
like-
technically you
Oh.
could say that their flammable parts are being carried too. I mean, you
Are
could
being
also
carried,
look
right?
at it
Okay.
like,
they're just
That makes sense.
moist, so
Yeah. So
Not a good enough reason to use that word.
I would
yeah,
say it's definitely not rules as intended. If it was
So-
blight or
no
something, like
worries.
that would be different. But
or they're holding a vial of flammable oil for some.
but once again, that's being carried though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it is being carried.
well, I mean,
Fair enough.
they're gonna take the flame damage, but they're not gonna continue to
Mm.
flame.
Nope,
So it's
that's
more
fine.
like a burn just flame burn.
Hmm.
But they're not wearing clothing. They're not wearing anything. They're not made of, twigs or anything like that. So A is going to take his full movement. We're just gonna do them one at a time. A's gonna like climb sideways, like in style on the wall. Kind of get to that corner edge there. Get within about 3 feet.
Take
it
an
is-
opportunity attack.
Yeah, go for it.
So they're like plant spiders.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Unnat 20.
Go for it.
Bing bong.
That hits.
Nice. That'll be that's 10 damage.
And damage on A. Gotcha. What type?
I believe it's slashing with the halberd.
All right. It's gonna take half unless it's magical.
Silver,
It is silvered.
Was it magic silver?
I don't know. Sometimes silver does stuff. Sometimes it doesn't.
So I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, I think it's still
Okay.
resistant to
Yeah.
that.
I think silver is only good for like ghosts and vampires,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll say like if something about silvered weapons in the description.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was your total damage?
10.
10. Okay, so it's gonna take 5. Okay. Take that off first. Okay, it is bleeding as it's coming in. And it is going to it can take a multi-attack, but it depends on the first one hitting. So it's going to try and slap a tentacle across.
Just give me a slap.
Slap him in the
Yeah.
mouth.
Yeah.
Backhand him. I imagine it's a backhand.
Yeah, he's gonna give you the pimp plant slap.
Pimp hand's strong.
Yeah, he's gonna miss with a 13.
Not that strong.
Yeah, and it's going to let's see, it's got a little bit of tweaky movements.
It's gonna wither in shame.
It's gonna log jam that right there. B's gonna come in. Same side. If you want to, can you poke at multiple targets on the same one? or
One
just-
reaction.
It's a reaction, yeah. So
All
it's
right.
just I wish.
All right. A wish. All right. Yeah. It's gonna be about let's get right there. Yeah. I'm gonna be fair and say it's not flanking because it's only a little corner. So I'll give you that bone at the moment.
Thank you for that.
Tentacle. Damn, they sucky plants.
Oh, thank God. Yeah, my whole reason for kind of propping up in that corner was to,
Two.
Back
A
against
little
the
more
wall.
defendable.
Yeah, you're only gonna get one more attack because the rest are gonna log jam behind. So C's coming in trying the same thing. Does a 16 hit?
16 just hits.
All right. You're gonna take 13 slashing,
Okay.
and then behind that is going to be a beak at 13.
If only I had another 13 damage.
Yeah, no, another 13 to hit.
Oh, okay. So 13 to hit misses.
Okay. So you're just gonna take the 13 damage.
Nice.
1, 2. D is gonna come up right there. It's gonna block it. 1, 2, 3. It's gonna be right there. They are jamming the hole. Otis, your turn.
Otis is going to go into another range. He needs to get to a doctor about his heart. All right. He is gonna swing his halberd
Mhm.
at A again. No,
Okay.
he's gonna swing at B first. All right, that's 24 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Da-da-da-da. That'll be 9 slashing damage plus an unfortunate 3 radiant damage.
We got some rage damage too in there, right?
Oh, yeah, the
Oh, the
nine's
plus
plus two.
two,
The nine's
yeah.
plus two. So 11 halved.
And that was on B.
B, yeah.
Okay. All right. Got it.
And I'll take another swing at B.
Okay.
Does the 16 hit?
It does.
Cool. Come on, there you go. All right, that'll be that's 12 plus 2, so that'll be 14 damage. Halved, so 7 damage to B.
Got it.
And that will be my turn. I'll say,
There.
run, Otis Jr. And I don't,
You
you
don't
can't
want to hit.
understand me.
You don't want to hit with your butt.
I can't because I used the
Yeah,
bonus
rage.
action,
Oh
rage.
yeah, that's right.
Rage.
Fucking
Okay.
rage.
Fair barbarian.
Gert.
Play by the rules.
I don't know what everyone's running to, but this seems like where the action is. So here's 10, 20, 25, 30. Oops, still nothing here. Let me go a little faster. So I'm gonna dash there's 5, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh, I still don't see anything. That's my turn.
Where you going, turtle?
I don't know. This is where the action's at. I heard Wolfman
Slow and steady
screaming.
wins the race.
Yeah, really. All right.
Might have been smarter to let him come here so we can pick him off.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about smarter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anders-
Had Otis rolled a little bit higher in initiative, probably would have been.
Yeah. Anda is up.
Anna's up. Okay. Okay, I guess they need me. So she is going to movement speed 35. Minus 20. So that would be 30. So she's gonna get to about here. Roughly. Can she see A?
Yeah. Why not?
Okay. So she is going to cast this time a cantrip. Sacred Flame on A. And
Okay.
he needs to make a dex save of 13.
Dex save of 13. Open up. Ooh. 19.
Oh shit. Well, no, nothing happens. Right? Yep, nothing happens. Oh well, and that'll be her turn.
Nice. Fallon.
All right, so she's gonna fire him. All right, so it gets to here, and he looks down at A and he goes, "Why don't you just wither and die?" And he casts Toll the Dead,
Okay.
and I need to make a Wisdom of 14 save.
12.
All right, so it takes 2d12. Not too bad, huh? 19 points of necrotic damage.
Ooh. Okay. And that is to A, correct?
It is.
It will drop A.
I'm glad you listened, motherfucker. That's it. My turn.
That's so poetic.
Yeah, that's right. I'm ready for my haiku.
I just shrunk them a little bit. And I'm gonna
Let's
put
see.
a little.
Fuck you, you stupid plant. Die, you fucking.
Now you see, butthead, that is what we call a haiku.
I bet you don't win. They don't let big fat asses perform on TV.
Hey.
Hey, I resemble that. What the fuck? All right. Anything else from Fallon?
That's it.
Beatrix. You seen
All
one
right.
drop. You seen one drop. Otis is
Mhm.
still kind of in trouble.
Yeah. I'm going to do something probably stupid, but oh well. I'm going to bonus action activate my blade song. So that pumps up my speed, my con, and my AC. And then because I am nimble, nimble, I'm halfling nimbleness, I can move through a space of any creature that is a size larger than me.
Mhm.
So I'm going to baseball slide through Otis's legs and all the way through these guys.
Are you
Trying to
going
get
hands first
to
or feet
here.
first?
I was dove head first, so I'll
Okay.
back up and just
Water
slide
slide it.
right
Water
The old
slide it.
Pete Rose slide.
Yeah. Yep. So I will take my 4 opportunity attacks. My AC is bumped to 19. And if they hit, I can shield as well.
All right. Well, you're only gonna take 2 of them, right? Because you're still next to 2 of them.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, because
Okay.
I didn't break their donuts, right?
Unless you want 4. I mean,
Mhm.
I was
Yeah.
prepared for 4, but because
No,
I
no.
didn't even think about I do want to stay close enough to them. So yeah, no, I'll just take the 2.
All right. 2 tentacles flying. First one, 9.
Yes.
Ooh, 23.
Ooh.
Shield.
Okay.
That makes my AC 19.
24.
Yeah, 24. So
Okay.
let me mark that off. Hang on. Okay, cool. So that was my movement, my bonus action to activate those. So then
Okay.
I will and then I will take my attacks.
Okay. What
Yeah,
you gonna do?
I'm
What you
sorry.
gonna do? What you gonna do?
Yeah, you'd think I would have been more ready, but that
It's
I was
alright.
really just mainly focused on the sliding through things and then got distracted with the rest. Then
Give
I'm
yourself
going to
inspiration
cast-
for your slide because that was pretty cool, and you missed the opportunities.
Did okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna thank you. I'm going to hit them with my dagger. I totally lied because I am within touching distance, as I rarely ever am. So I'm actually going to shocking grass. D.
Okay.
So I'll just I get close enough there, and I'll just reach out and I'll grab, one of the tentacles that's coming at me, and I'll shocking grasp.
Okay.
So I'm regularly within touch distance. Like we'll use this one. Ooh, 14 to hit.
Just hits.
Ooh.
Okay. Here is coming some lightning damage. 10 lightning damage.
10 to D. Okay, got it.
Correct. Okay, cool. And shield stays on me till my next turn, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. And then they're going now. Perfect. So my AC is 24. Okay. That's it for me.
Okay. A is down, so we got B and C. C's going to crowd the plate a little bit. So of course they're both going to try for Otis. They, I don't even think they probably didn't even. I was curious. They probably even didn't see Beatrix go slide by.
With her
Did both
pink hair.
They did. But then they like seen their two brothers or sisters back there, so like, fuck it.
I'm also gonna call Brax to get in on the action here. Sorry. So
Okay.
keep going. I'll just move. He's not gonna be able to get that close. So keep going.
Where was he? He wasn't following you the whole time?
He will now.
If you want to retro move him through, go for it. Are you?
No, I don't want him to take any. No, I'm just gonna set him down here.
Okay. All right. Two tentacles, Otis. Let's see if they make contact. First one's gonna miss with an 8.
Yes, it does.
Second one's gonna miss with a 9.
Excellent.
All right. E and D. Well, let me see. Oh, you did shocking grasp D, so he knows you there. So does E. They're both going to turn around and try and tentacle Beatrix. 14 on the first one. It's going to miss. And the second one, nat 20.
Ooh.
Does hit. Nat 20s. Yep.
So 9 slashing.
Okay.
Then you're going to get a beak. 16.
Miss.
Okay. So yeah, you're just gonna take the 9 slashing from the tentacle.
They had to roll a natural 20 to hit me. Anything less.
Gotcha.
Just
and the other one's down, so
healing.
that is their turn. Otis.
All right.
You just seen your little partner do something cool, and then you felt you felt like a giant. You're like, why didn't I think of that? Oh, it's because I'm big. Oh, god damn it.
Otis is currently trying to keep that squirrel behind his head so it doesn't get murdered. B is still up, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna swing it B.
Put them in your squirrel pocket.
10 misses, right?
10 misses, yes.
Gonna swing again at B. 17 to hit.
17 hits.
All right. So he's gonna go away. All right. So that's 8 plus 2. So that'll be 10 slashing damage plus my Divine Fury. That'll be an additional 4 radiant damage. And then the gonna use the Polearm Master, the opportunity attack there.
Okay.
And that'll be a 13, so that misses, right?
13 just misses.
Okay.
So it's going to take half the slashing, but all the radiant, so that's 9. Still up.
And that will be his turn.
All right. Girk.
Garrick's gonna move up, and then he's gonna see Fallon's here, and he's like, "Oh, I can't see anything." So he's just going to hold a ray of frost if something comes in line of sight, because that's difficult terrain that way. So he is just gonna hold his action, and that is my turn.
The tortoise was fast, and Bugs Bunny, I don't know what's wrong. You don't have a jetpack?
It's a tight hallway.
All
It's
right.
out of position.
Anda, you're up.
We picked our battlefield quite poorly.
Okay, Anda is going to not a touch screen. Let's see. Don't kill my wife. Don't kill my wife. Okay. So she's gonna
kill my wife's character. You gotta add the last word is the crucial part.
It's okay.
There's a knock at
FBI.
your door. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got swatted.
It's fucking terrifying.
I swear, it was just a coincidence, you know.
Like, come on in. She's alive. I'm like, oh no.
I went in to check on her before she put YouTube on to go to sleep to.
When the hell did this happen?
She put YouTube on to go to sleep to, and it YouTube will play the next video. So somehow YouTube hold itself into an ASMR video, and all I hear is it sounded like the fucking like a wet dog's like. I was like, what the fuck is that? In excellent sound. Anyway, she's gonna
in Dolby surround.
It's terrifying. I've never heard that one before. She's gonna cast Sacred Flame on C.
Okay.
And that's a dex of 13.
Dex of 13 coming up. Seven.
Nice. Okay, so he's gonna take 2d8 damage. That'll be 7. It says radiant damage.
Okay.
Mhm.
Takes it all.
Nice.
It's oddly
Takes-
sexual when you say that.
Takes it all
Every bit.
and asks for more.
Every inch. Thanks.
Every inch you make, every inch I take.
And that'll be her turn.
All right. Fallon. Speaking of an inch,
No, there's no 0 inches. What are you talking about? So he moves up and he sees have all these been hit yet?
I don't think E
not
has.
Who did you hit?
I hit D. I hit D.
I don't think I
I
can.
hit B and C.
You hit both of them. Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
I'll
I'm
make
going
one.
to look at B and go, why don't you join your friend in the compost pile over there? And I cast Toll the Dead. So
Okay.
another 14 wisdom save.
okay. Yeah, only one has not been hit.
Okay.
17.
All right. Well, go fuck yourself then. Yeah, that's it. Done.
Beatrix.
Alrighty. Yeah. So. They're just not close enough for me to get sneak, but which is when I like to use my daggers. So I'm going to come on, computer, there we go. I'm going to cast again, small space. This should be a decent one to do. I'm gonna cast Witch Bolt.
Mhm.
I'm going to upcast that to 2nd level at D.
Okay.
Does upcasting give you extra damage dice? Is that what it does?
Yeah, gives me an extra D12.
Hmm.
19 to hit.
Yes.
So click. There we go. Yeah. So a beam of energy is linking us. So that'd be 2 9s. 18 points. And that is also lightning damage.
And that was on
D.
D as in D's.
Yep.
All right. And total damage that you just did, 18 or 19?
18.
You drop it.
Ah.
How's it
Yeah.
look?
Yeah, so you'll just see a bright pink bolt of lightning kind of shoot out of her hand, and he just gets kind of shocked. He's still kind of shocked from the other shocking grasp. He just kind of withers and falls and twitches.
Nice.
So
What else from Beatrix?
do that to the target. Okay, so well, it kind of sucks because now I don't have to concentrate on that because I'm no longer connected to him. Because I can't deal damage. I can't move it to another creature. I don't believe. Kind of sucks, but oh well.
You could scooch in.
I always look at that spell like I want to take it, but the range thing always throws me off because if they move out of range, it breaks the spell. I hate that.
Right. So like you have to be like it's real situational.
Yeah, it worked really good here. Yeah, because they couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah. Or like
but
when
it
we were in
died
that
in
other
one shot. But
when we were in that other small room, it's like
yeah, as long as they can't get away from you, it's cool. But yeah, the fact that if they get more than 30 feet away from you or break your line of sight, it fucking fails. I think I'll check on that, but I think that's in the wording of it.
I do think you need to see it, yeah. Okay. Then I will bonus action. Yeah, because I got bonus action. So I will bonus action disengage.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna take a couple of feet back. And hopefully try and pull E further down the hallway towards me to maybe try and clear up some of this congestion.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'll just be like, follow me, bitch, and I'll just like back up as a bonus action.
Yeah, there's tentacle monsters in our way.
All right. Same thing. B and C still going after Otis. They've got there's blood in the water. Mainly their friend. So they're kind of pissed. Otis is to blame for their friend going down. So
I just walked down the hallway.
You disturbed their chill, man.
They started.
They were looking for goblins, and then they see this, this guy with a big old halberd and a stank squirrel, and they're like, "No, get the hell out of here!" All right, two tentacles. See if they hit.
They made no effort to communicate. Okay, that one hits.
This is damage. 9 slashing.
Okay, so that is halved, right? Because I'm raging.
If you're raging, yes, right?
Yes, I believe.
Is that for all
Yeah.
damage that's melee?
It's bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing.
Okay, so this is slashing.
That's what I had to check. Was what?
Okay, so you're gonna take a big attack. 14, which is gonna miss. So and the other one is gonna try his tentacle. Nat 20.
Ooh, that hit. Ooh, okay. Right.
Just for 5.
Hey.
Oh, thank God.
That's also
and that's half. So it's what, 3 plus
2.
That is
he gets a beak. He gets a beak attack too, right?
Yeah. 15's gonna miss.
Miss.
All right.
So 2 plus 5 total.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Give me your persuasion roll, Lexi, for as Beatrix did that.
Okay. Are we sure it wasn't a performance? I can do persuade. Persuade. Where in the hell? Here we go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with
if I
it,
like
right?
jazz hands, would it have been performing?
I'll if you did that, I guess next time I'll ask, what are you doing exactly?
Oh yeah. I mean, I did yell, "Hey,
Yeah,
bitch!"
well,
so.
yeah, so it could have been. I mean, and it's kind of like, is it performance? Is it charisma? Is it,
Yeah. No, I don't remember why, but I have a proficiency in performance for some
Yeah,
reason.
What's
I
your
mean,
background?
so it could either be
Oh, yeah.
persuasion, performance, or charisma, depending on what's, or it could be anything else. I mean, whatever
I rolled a 5.
you rolled a 5.
Like, completely
Okay.
ignores you.
Yeah, no, he rolled a. No matter what you did, he rolled a 13. So it
I
sounded
did
cool.
call him a bitch though, so
Yeah, so
think
maybe
on
he was
that.
so maybe he started to be intrigued, but then got offended. But
I mean, technically, you can't hit anybody else though, right?
Yeah, no.
He did kill
So
his friend.
if you did truly, did you call him a bitch?
I did. I said, "Hey, bitch," and then I backed up.
Okay. All right. So we'll just say because of that, he will take interest.
Fair enough.
He didn't know what you said
It's
because
like, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah. He doesn't even. Yeah, he doesn't have a language, right? So yeah. So
I don't know how you
this
use
thing,
mime bitch to a plant, but that's
this one particular one is going to start off spider climbing on the side, is going to go up on the ceiling and
Cool.
try and drop down straight on top of you and grapple you.
sure. Fucking grapple. Oh, but I can use acrobatics for those, right?
Strength,
Yeah.
acrobatics.
Yeah, the grapple league gets to choose.
Sweet. Acrobatics, great. Athletics, check. Okay. Oh, he rolled high. Okay. That's okay. Come on. That 2 is gonna really not be good. That
You
2 is
might-
gonna suck. I thought
you
it was gonna be an
might-
18, and then it just
You're gonna regret that bitch shit, huh?
you might be in a. You might be halfway in a.
I got your
grip
bitch
anus at
now.
yeah. So
I just like to
Yeah,
think I
he's
was like
got you-
watching it on the ceiling and like, oh, that's really cool. God damn it. It just didn't have time.
Yeah, so you are grappled and restrained, but he's not going to take a beak because it was based off of a tentacle attack. So you're not going to take a beak. So that is all of them. Otis, you're up.
Hey, Otis is so B is still up.
Yes.
Okay, gonna swing my halberd at B again. I'm gonna swing it C, actually.
Okay.
Fuck. 8 to hit. That's a miss.
Mhm.
Okay, gonna return my attention to B. That'll be 19 to hit.
Yes.
Okay. So that'll be 9 plus 2. That's 11 slashing damage.
Okay, that'll be halved.
Plus my radiant, my divine fury. Man, can't roll higher than a 2 on this. That'll be 4 radiant damage. And then I'm going to use my bonus attack. That's an 11, so I assume that misses.
That misses.
All right.
And this was both at B.
Yes.
Okay. You are able to drop B.
Okay, cool. Finally. He's just missing some tentacles and he's like kicking around there on the floor. I'm like, okay. Now for your buddy, and that's where I'm gonna end my turn.
All right. Girk.
All right, well that changed my turn up, but sort of. Kurt's gonna like he's gonna come up to here and he's like, "Oh, wait for me," and he's gonna like get caught on a pebble there, and he's gonna like drop down just so he can see had a line of sight of C, and he is gonna go, "Hey, hey, Hank, wannabe, you can't fool me. You're not Hank," and he's gonna cast Tash's Mind Whip on the plant. It needs to make an intelligence save of 15.
Hmm. They are terrible at that too.
I'm not smart.
Still a decent roll, but still.
If they have a
terrible.
9 as forward, what's their intelligence? Because does that work? Does that spell work on shit with less than?
Their intelligence is 3.
Because a lot of those don't work with.
I'm trying to say, yeah. I can't react. That loses. This one doesn't say anything about intelligence.
Okay.
On the,
Okay.
so it loses its reaction. It takes 14 points of psychic damage. And when it's its turn, it can move, attack, or bonus action. It has to choose one of the 3, not both. Or it's
Okay.
not all 3.
Okay.
Is that enchantment school?
Yeah, it's enchantment.
Yeah, most of those have that intelligence thing on there.
I mean, I'll read it again, but
No. I'm just saying. I was just talking out loud, really thinking out loud.
yeah.
All right. Gotcha. Still up, but not by a lot. Is that it for Gert?
Yeah, that's it for Gurk.
All right. We'll see if everybody okay trying to finish this encounter before we sign off. Okay. Anda is up.
All right. See, it's still up. Anda is going to cast. She's gonna cast Sacred Flame again on C.
Okay.
And so that's Dex of 13.
Dex of 13. 20. 32.
Man, okay, nothing happens. Oh, damn it. Okay. Next time.
Fallon, you're up.
All right. I'm gonna go here, and then to here. Well, actually to here. So try to get flanking bonus here.
Excuse me.
All right. Great Weapon Master and Booming Blade. Wow. 6, so that'll be a 16 to hit. So we do this. For 24 points of magical slashing damage.
What?
Is it still up?
Yeah. On C? No.
All right. So we'll use the rest of his movement to get to here. And I get a bonus action attack since I drop it with my sword. And this one's just a regular attack. I can't use Booming Blade on this
Don't miss.
one. Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to use Great Weapon Master on this one. I should have. God damn it. 28 to hit. All right. 12 points of slashing damage, magical slashing damage.
Okay.
It's still alive.
Yes.
I will add a divine smite on top of it. Six points of radiant damage.
Still up.
Son of a bitch.
Not by much.
All right. That's my turn.
Beatrix, it's still on
Mhm.
you.
Sure. I am grappled and restrained.
Let's see. Zero.
You can attack it though.
Yeah. I just have disadvantage on my attacks if I attack it, don't I?
Yeah, unless you want to
Yeah.
count me as flanking it, then it would even out the rule.
That's true.
I don't know if that counts or not.
Would
Well, it's basically on top of her. Yeah, so not really.
would
flanking.
so does magic missile, since there's not a roll to hit?
It's an automatic hit.
Yeah, but he's like all up in my face, so it doesn't matter that the range is 120. He doesn't have like any weird.
You could kind of say that you like shot it out this way, and then it just like you turned and wham hit it. And then,
Okay.
Unless it has, when you cast it, if there's anything that's restricting you from being grappled, like
No,
Yeah.
grapples don't. Yeah, no, my movement just becomes 0, but my like mechanics, like my hands are technically free.
okay, cool.
And if I was like to like swing one of my swords or my daggers, I'd have disadvantage. Or if I like cast a spell to hit him, I'd have disadvantage. But magic missile doesn't have any of that.
Okay.
So I'm going. Yep. So I'm gonna go ahead and cast magic missile.
Mhm.
So yeah, three darts will kind of shoot up because I imagine he's like on top of me and I'm like pinned because I rolled so bad. And like the darts shoot up in the air and then they just and fall right down back at him.
Oh, I see. You're doing the fifth element ricochet move. Every round comes back to the first shot.
or I was thinking, or Guardians of the Galaxy. What's the dude's name that can change the arrows and shit?
Oh yeah,
and whistles?
Oh, yeah.
Wandu, Gandu.
Bondu, yeah,
Bondu?
Bondu.
Merle.
Yep. So that's 4 times 3 darts, so 12.
So you drop this thing that's actually on top of you grappled. How's it look as it comes off of you, or?
Yeah, no, I was just like I said, he's got me pinned on the ground, and I'll just like shoot my, pink darts go up, and then they just kind of fall back down and hit him, and then he just kind of blah, and I'm just like,
Or would you shoot him away, make him curve, come back, hit him off your head, and then like splat on Fallon's mask or helmet?
Yeah, that's what I was imagining. Like her arm
How
was like
big were these
reaching out
things?
this way.
Oh, they are medium.
Oh,
oh no, just
All
no,
right.
just on the floor, just like Fallon.
Shit. Should have rethought that. Rather more on top of it. It's dead weight now.
Or if it slowly slides off Beatrix and she's wearing it like a walrus coat or something.
I think
Look at that.
Fallon would like start ripping it off of her.
Yeah, I'll just like roll out from under it, and like, cause I still got my bonus action and stuff, so I'll just roll out from under it, take half my movement to stand back up, and
covered in sucker marks.
try and like get it off and be like, next time, don't let Otis go anywhere by himself. Duly noted.
No one told you to slide under anyone.
Yeah, well, it looked cool though.
Did.
Okay, yep, that's
That's true.
that's it for me.
Okay,
Oh,
so
and I'll call. Oh no, is C still alive? Isn't it?
no, I just didn't throw a
that's
skull on
Fallon
it
took
yet.
Okay, no. Yep, then I'll just have Brax fly up and just help me start trying to get all my prestidigitation and get myself straightened out.
It's preening.
Pretty much.
Okay. Freeze framing it right here,
Okay.
or no? I'm asking. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I mean, I was gonna say, what do I see?
Yeah.
The rest of the hallway. No.
Well,
So-
good, because that was the intention.
Good. That's what I wanted to see.
I'll give you that much.
Okay. We
Well,
got
like
another
where
tunnel down
those-
here. We got another tunnel down here.
More that way, and I'll give you this much more that way.
Mm.
Oh.
So, do y'all want to, within the next 2 minutes, press forward in either direction and see what's in the room? And that's where we stop it.
I'm down for that since I'm right here.
Yeah.
All right. Otis went first last time. Who would like to pick a direction?
I think Fallon's already headed into the northeast one.
Yep, good enough for me.
Okay.
Oh, my owlbear's being weird. Somebody drag me along if
I mean,
my
y'all
owlbear
could check the
crashes.
other way.
Slide you
Yes.
with
Y'all want a
fucking top.
cliffhanger with splitting the party?
Yes.
Sounds
Honestly,
appropriate.
it really hasn't had any real super negative consequences. So,
Okay.
At this level, no.
All right. So I will say that it'll open up that way, and then this one will open up into another room. So like that way. So
Dun dun dun.
and I will open it up a little bit.
there we go.
More that way. So y'all just put who wants to go who. Just stop at the where you're at, Fallon. You can go up to here,
I will do that.
and the rest, whoever's going down there. And then I will just
My owlbear went crazy. Can somebody just move me to wherever Fallon and Otis went,
Okay.
since they
Yeah.
were closer to me?
do you need a picture
Nah, it'll be fine.
sent to you? Okay.
It'll be fine.
All right. So we'll go with Gherkin Anda, where you guys are at. I'll give you a brief description of what y'all see as y'all go down there.
Mhm.
Make sure I can read this correctly because the stupid thing is so freaking small. Give me 1 second here. 36. Okay. And this one, would you say both of y'all, both groups are stealthing as y'all appear to be going into a new room type of thing?
I would hope so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm always.
So
Nothing can get attacked by.
Anda would know this first. Well, shit. Let me just open up a little more room here because so it'll make sense as I speak it, and especially for the front people. I'm gonna do it this way. So that's what I'll open up. Anda and Girk. Anda is going to notice it first. A sleeping Grick, which is what y'all just went up against. Not so much Girk because he kind of like pulled up the rear and didn't get, until he's seen all the dead ones. But this is going to be a sleeping one that appears to be a lot bigger.
We just killed all of our babies.
Oh, I don't know, Kirk. Maybe we
So-
better get out of here. Get back up.
Well, yeah. It's coiled up in the southernmost section of the room and appears to be asleep. The creature recently gorged itself on goblins and it's not too hungry. Give me a perception of both of you, Anda and Girk.
All right. 24.
Anda got a 20.
Nice. Okay, both of y'all are going to see directly above the Grick on the 20-foot high ceiling in here. And above the upside down stone throne, there's going to be a mummified minotaur with gems embedded in its eyes. A great axe lies at the foot of the throne. So this is a throne room with a big ass Grick, kind of like a Grick alpha that just got finished eating some goblins is in there. You're gonna see stone debris kind of like strewn about across the floor. But the it's gonna sound weird because this the throne is on the ceiling, so it appears to be a reverse gravity room. We'll have to revisit that description. Yeah.
Is there anything else that looks like it's being affected by said
So look,
reverse gravity?
so look, the Grick is on the floor, but the throne, the upside down throne with the mummified Minotaur, is up on the ceiling above it.
And we do know Grix can. Well, I don't know if they saw it, but Grix can climb.
And where was that axe at? Was that on the ground or the ceiling?
The Grell, I'm saying Grell. The sleeping Grick Alpha is on the ground. Above it, same place, upside down, is a big throne with a mummified Minotaur with gems embedded in his eyes. But the great axe is on the floor. Minotaur and the throne is on the ceiling. Alpha Grick is on the floor.
And how high did you say these ceilings were?
20 feet.
Perfect. Okay.
All right. So that is that room. And then we'll go flop over to the description where Fallon is and the others. So over there, where's my pointer here? You are also, as you're sneaking around, you're going to see 5 more Gricks in this room.
Good.
And roll your stealth right now, Fallon.
Oh no. That'll go well. He purposely steps on a stick.
His dump stat.
You don't have to roll too high either.
I didn't.
One. Two of them notice you. The other 3 don't. There is also a sound coming from the area close by, not by the Gricks, but you can hear the sounds of a trapped individual. You can hear weeping, kind of like to the south of you, but you can't really pinpoint where. Somebody's trapped. Could be another adventurer, could be somebody else, who knows what's in there. But you do hear another creature / individual humanoid weeping, sobbing, however you want to call it. So that's the 2 different scenarios where we'll pick up next week.
All right.
As the scene fades to black, and those 2
Yeah.
Gricks notice Fallon, you see a big stainless steel gauntlet come out, and then a middle finger just extend.
Yeah.
And then come on, and then that's it.
So you got more party members over there by Fallon, but then you got Anda and Girk, who may or may not have an advantage on a bigger Alpha Grek that's sleeping in full, but there is something going on with the room with the
That's
reverse gravity. So that's where we'll stop it tonight and pick it up next week.
Cool.
And hopefully Marie feels better and she can join us next week. Matt was saying he's got a friend but can't join for a couple of weeks. When he can join, I'll be in Europe for a couple of weeks. So if he does come, he'll either start on the 16th if I'm able to come back and start. I think I come back the 15th. I'll have to double check that this weekend. If I'm able to,